Oh, hello, and welcome to this week's episode of the Digital Pollution Podcast. You have myself and, of course, my co host, Cub.
Yeah, hello everybody.
Hello, everybody.
I just stumbled today over my most successful review on BitChute, on the English one, on the Lone Wolf Cup one.
All right, yeah. Which is?
Yeah, it's Brave New World, and it has 680 views.
Nice.
But the really coincidence. So I was just curious when I released that. And when I clicked on it, it showed me the date July 30th, 2020.
Fucking hell.
So it
Yeah.
was
5 years to the day.
to the day, 5 years. And the thing is, on BitChute, also on Odyssey, you get the real release, the real finishing day. So normally I finish my stuff days ahead or weeks ahead or sometimes months or even years ahead. But when I finish them, I always directly upload them to the alternative platforms like BitChute.
Yeah, yeah.
And so this was clearly the date where I finished it and uploaded it directly on BitChute. And today also I finished another one today. 5 years later, I finished the new version from Predator
Another
because we have
rehash.
no, it's not a rehash. It's my true vision. So as usual. No, but the thing is, we get a new Predator, as you know.
I know, it looks fucking terrible.
Yeah, and we got even two new Predator because there was another one even a few months earlier,
And
an animated one,
yeah, I was
which
just about to say, and
completely,
they're an animated one, yeah.
yeah. So I thought my old Predator review would get too big, and so I decided to split it into the old Predators, the watchable ones, kind of, and then starting with the Predator. I'm working on a new review where I include all the Disney crap and so on because they are worthless anyway, and they shouldn't be in the same review anyway because they have nothing to do with Predator. So it's crap. So it becomes a Cup versus Predator review.
Yeah. I might have a watch of the animated one. I think I saw the trailer, it looks sort of okay.
The trailer looks so awful,
I
but
can barely remember it. I know a lot. Fucking get me words out. I know I preferred it over the live action one because that looked fucking weird.
I can tell you exactly when I'm going to watch the stupid animated one. I'm going to watch it probably in November, shortly before I make a review on it, because I have no urgency to watch it earlier. Why should I? I haven't even. I've seen the. I have the trailer since months, I guess, but today for the editing, I had first time ever to watch even the trailer because I just collected it. I didn't watch it because I had no desire to watch it.
When's that thing out?
The new Predator comes 7/11 or 11/7,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
November 7. Yeah, so yeah, and then my review a week later or something like that. And yeah, no, but much more interesting is the Brave New World thing because uh, when I watched it, I thought, oh my God, this kind of review I will never do again, ever. Because there's was so much work went into that, where I talked not just about Brave New World, I also talked about We, if you can remember.
No, I can't, dude.
I discovered this book where all the other books took inspiration from, where 1984, Brave New World, Fahrenheit 451, They all took inspiration from a Russian author, Zam, Vaskeny Zamyatin is his name. He released a book which
Well
was
said.
called We. And this book is the one, Jess, you have seen an adaptation of it, a German adaptation, with these glass walls, where the people were sitting in a bureau, and the walls, and also the homes, the walls were made out of, were transparent, were made out of glass, where there is no privacy in this future. And the people, they don't have names, they have numbers. So that's where THX took inspiration from. And also you have people that refuse the system and live in the woods. That's where Fahrenheit 451 took inspiration from. And you have the oppressive state that makes a brainwash with you and makes surgery on your brain even if you are against it. That's where 1984 took inspiration from. And then you have medication for the people to keep them calm. That's where Brave New World took inspiration from. So this is the original dystopian book from 1920 or something like that. So it came out more than 10 years before the first of the famous ones, before Brave New World. That was Brave New World was from the 30s, I think 1930, 1932 or 36 or something like that. But more than 10 years before that, the real one, the original one, was this Russian book. But this, of course, didn't get as famous as the Western books from the Western world. But if you know, then you know that this is the original one. And I talk about it in Brave New World.
Yeah, maybe. It's ringing a bell. Maybe I can remember a bit of you mentioning something like that, but I don't know. It was a
Yeah, you
while
were
ago, Cub.
fascinated from the German adaptation. It's a TV movie which is called We, and there was this famous scene where the people were sitting in front of each other, and it looked like mirrors or something like that, and they were eating, and they were eating in the tact. They took a bite exactly at the same time, and this is a very fair. I think, and when you have seen it, you said, oh my God, this looks so awesome. This German TV movie.
I'm thinking. It wasn't in black and white, was it?
No, it was not in black and white, but it was a TV movie, typical TV movie, so it didn't have a big production value. But it's still, of course, compared to everything that comes out today, it's Citizen Kane. It's a masterpiece, So, but I went very harsh against it because back then, 5 years ago, I just reviewed it with the standards from back then. But of course, if I would make a review today on it, I would say, yeah, compared to everything that came out the last 5 years, it's a masterpiece.
Jesus. 5 years is not that long, dude.
Yeah, but the last 5 years, please, the worst entertainment ever was the last 5 years.
I'd say a lot longer than that, personally.
Yeah, but the last 5 years was of course, but the 5 years before that were already bad. But the last 5 years you had just shit. You had, it's not one good movie. in the last? Tell me just one
Well,
one decent movie in the last five
certainly
years.
no mainstream movies.
Yeah, yeah.
Because fucking
No, that's
Hollywood are out of ideas.
yeah. But as I said, but this this kind of review, it takes so much time. I had to even make my change my schedule and couldn't release the videos every week. From then on, I had to release them every 2 weeks or even every 3 weeks because it took so much work for
And
these
and we,
reviews
and
from
we
back then.
were all blessed by the break.
Yeah, but no, but really, I can't see myself ever doing such a huge project again because it would kill me. Back then, I had the energy 5 years ago, but today, no.
Dude, it's only 5 years ago, and your circumstances haven't changed. They're pretty much the
Yeah, but
same.
what are you talking about? I don't understand. What does that mean? My circumstances?
You're pretty much the same now as you were 5 years ago. Not a lot's changed, is what I mean.
Yes, of course, something has changed. 5 years ago, my channel was still growing. And since 5 years, it isn't. I have no new subscribers. Nobody is watching my content since 5 years.
Well,
My last review from
all
last
right then.
week got
Nothing important has changed then.
no, my last review from last week, Jurassic Park, which is still in the cinema, which is still in the top 10. The movie
People will
has
watch anything.
6 views. No, it has 6 views.
I don't know.
Yeah, so clearly, I'm working since 5 years for just for myself, and it's kind of tiring to put so much work into these reviews without knowing that nobody is watching them.
Well, you should be doing them for yourself anyway. That's the
I'm
thing,
doing
see?
them for myself. Yeah, I'm doing them for myself anyway.
Yeah, but
But
you
as I said,
but you treat it as
it's really
work, and it shouldn't be work. It should be fun.
but it would be more fun if I could show my stuff to other people. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, but just saying, it's a little bit depressing.
Maybe you need a rebranding.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it's ridiculous. And by the way, so my Jurassic World review has only 6 views, but it has 7 thumbs up. Strange or not?
Well, yes, it's a little odd.
Yeah. Because the ratio of thumbs up is normally 1 to 8 or 1 to 10. Or thumbs up or down. It doesn't matter which thumb. But this is a kind of when you take all the reviews and you compare the views to the thumbs up and down, you get a kind of ratio of 1 to 10, something like
Yeah,
this.
I don't know how reliable those thumbs up and down things actually are, though, dude.
No, I mean, when I take all my content, my 200, 400 videos, 200 on every channel, and I see all the views compared to all the thumbs up and down, I have something like that. Something like a ratio from 1 to 10. Some videos have a better ratio, 1 to 8. Some have a worse ratio, 1 to 15. But it's kind of it's not an exact science. It's just after 9 years you can tell, or don't you think so?
I don't know. I never look at any of that stuff, so I don't care. On
Yeah,
my
but
stuff,
I
I never
some
look.
yeah, but I do, and I can. This is my experience. I just can tell you from my personal experience. Okay, and so this, for me, this indicates that views are not counted on my channel because the thumbs are counted, but for some reason the views are not counted. And since I know the ratio is normally 1 to 10, or let's say 1 to 15, but that would even make it worse. That would mean there are 100 views that are not counted on this, just on this video, which would make sense because the same review on BitChute, for example, has 5 or 8 times more views than the YouTube version, which doesn't make any sense.
I don't know, dude. Maybe people just aren't finding your stuff. I don't fucking know how this shit works. Nobody does. Everybody just guesses about this and that. Nobody knows how it really works.
Yeah, just saying. Um, yeah, let's see. Let's see how long YouTube is going to suppress my content for reasons. Because back then, when I released Brave New World, it has on YouTube over 1,000 views. But on BitChute, it just has 680. But since 1.5 years, all my reviews on YouTube, on the English channel, on Lone Wolf Cub, have less views than BitChute.
Yeah, it is
And
weird.
Odyssey and Odyssey and even Telegram, which is, or Rumble. If I have more views on Rumble than on YouTube, then something is wrong, or don't you think so?
I have no idea, dude. No idea.
You have normally just a fraction of views. That's why all the other creators, they avoid Rumble and BitChute and Odyssey because they don't have enough views there and they can't make enough money there. And so the big ones avoid these platforms because they can't make money with them. They have not enough views there. The audience is not big enough on the alternative platforms.
Oh, well.
So there's never been a video where you have more views on Rumble than on the same video on YouTube. This is just not possible. It doesn't make any sense because the audience on YouTube is 1,000 times bigger than on Rumble.
Oh, yeah.
Or even 10,000 times bigger. So it doesn't make any sense that you have on one of these alternative platforms more views than on YouTube.
I don't know. It's a funny old game, is YouTube.
Yeah, I have still this stupid warning, which I can't get rid of, as I told you, since last year from Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
And
I've had another strike again. Fuck's sake.
oh my God,
For the Lemmy
what?
documentary.
Uh,
Never mind.
did they directly strike you?
Yeah, the director of the documentary itself. Yeah.
Oh my God, did he come? Is he also a Brit? Did he come to your house and like here in yes, Jay and Silent Bob?
No. He's
At the end.
from Texas.
Oh, okay. Don't you think it's like in Jay and Silent Bob that he comes over to Britain to make a fight with you because you didn't have his permission to upload his movie?
Yeah, never mind. It doesn't matter. It's all meaningless.
I'm pretty sure he's still in this moment. He's running through your streets and searching for. Hey, where's this cunt who just you uploaded my movie without my permission? Hey, that's by the way, that's probably the best scene in Jay and Silent Bob, where they at the end where they go over to everybody who made
Yeah, who slagged
a
them off on
nasty
the
comment.
internet. Yeah.
Yeah, that was so cool.
Just,
Yeah, the
I
only
can't even
good
think.
gag
Jane
from
Silent
Kevin
Bob
Smith.
Strike Back. That's what it fucking is, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that was the best gag in the movie. It was this last scene.
Yeah. And the end of Kevin's really good movies.
Yeah, that's true. Kevin is he's gone. Uh, he's a chill through and through. Nobody takes him serious anymore. He
Well,
completely bombed his own reputation. So
I don't think he's that bothered, to be honest. He just does what he wants, and fair play to him for that.
yes, yes, but for me, he has zero respect because if he would stay true to his uh, being
Actually,
a
no.
real fan,
Clerks 2 was alright. I forgot about Clerks 2. That was okay.
yeah, and Clerks
And I
3
quite like Tusk for all its
and
schlocky B movie goodness.
Clerks 3,
Is terrible.
really? Oh, there you draw the line with Clerks 3.
No, and Jane Silent Bob reboot or whatever the fuck it was called. That was awful.
Oh my God, there was another one. I completely forgot that.
Yeah, Jane Silent Bob reboot. It's more back to the Welsh shit. It's yeah. And his last movie wasn't that great. That the 4:30 movie or whatever the fuck it was called.
I have no idea. I don't watch Kevin Smith crap, as you know.
Well, I still like the guy.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's one of these sad examples from a downfall of somebody who was well respected with his fans and so on, and but completely sold out.
I don't know.
Completely.
His fans still like him.
Yeah, the few fans he has probably still like him. I'm not one of them. Because glad I'm not.
Yeah, he's alright. I don't know how he can be so positive about things, but fucking hell, you know.
Hey,
Sometimes things suck.
yeah.
But you
By
know
the
what I
way,
mean. But that's just me. Kevin's a positive, outgoing type of guy, so you know we're different people.
yeah. So, how did you like the I Know What You Did Last Summer retrospective?
It was a video, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
the part with the
I
book.
don't care for the subject material, so you know I'm not bothered so much because I didn't like the
Yeah,
movies.
it's really sad that it is based on such an interesting book, and that we never ever got the book story, because the book story is not a slasher. Uh, I can I could tell you how many people die in the book, but I don't want to spoil it for people who want to read it.
It's
But
all
I
right,
can
dude.
tell you
Nobody listens to this, so
it's
you've got no fear of spoiling it.
okay. Nobody dies in the book besides the child on the bicycle. People get hurt, yes, they get hurt and really seriously hurt. For example, one of the victims from the killer jumps out of a window and breaks some bones or whatever, and one gets paralyzed. But and I think not even the killer himself dies. Nobody dies after this death. Because it's not about them getting slaughtered. It's about the effects that this accident has on these four people and on the family of the victim, of the child, and the killer, he uses the messages because he doesn't know who has killed his brother. It's the brother of the child, but it's the stepbrother because it's he is it's this child was from his new mother. I think his father married a new woman, and she had this child. And so this is not his real brother. It's his, I think you can say, stepbrother, or what you call that.
From a different marriage.
Yes, from a different marriage, from his father married again or something like that.
Yeah, stepbrother.
Yeah. So, and he was in battle at the time when the accident happened, because he's a military guy, and he was in the original version of the novel. He was in Vietnam, and in the updated version of the novel, because the novel was slightly updated in the 90s. He was in Iraq.
Yeah. So yeah, they just updated the war. Yeah.
They just updated the war and also included smartphones, not smartphones. They included handies.
Yeah, yeah.
But it didn't matter that they did that, because the author herself did that, and I thought, oh my God, this sucks. I don't want to read this new version of the novel. But every change which was made from the original novel had zero effect on the story itself.
Yeah, yeah. There's nothing wrong with updating certain things as long as it doesn't impact on the story. Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, there were really just 2 or 3 times where you got something different, but just nothing. Like the handies, they don't play any role in the story at all. The handies, they just have them. That is all. And as I said, the war doesn't matter if he comes back from Iraq or Vietnam. It's the same.
Yeah, yeah.
And
War's a war. Yeah.
yeah, but as I said, it's really a nice story. It's really, you get that it's written for children or for young adults. It's not, and you have to judge it for that. And for that, it's really good. Yeah. And it's sad that we have now 4 movies and a TV series which all put on their cover or on their poster based on the novel, and even the series had the nerves to say it's more faithful to the novel. The stupid series where the woman drives over her twin sister.
I didn't bother with the TV show.
Yeah, but the thing is, they are lying in the face of the people, pretending, oh yeah, but this time we stick more faithful to the novel,
Yeah.
The opposite is the case. As I said, the novel, it has nothing to do with any slasher whatsoever.
Yeah, well,
It's
they've always pulled that type of shit. You know what I mean? How many movies have you seen where it says based on a true story? Yeah, there was a bloke in it whose name probably was Dave, and that's about as
yeah,
close as it'll ever get. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You've
With the
always been
story,
lied to in text.
yeah, and so sick of getting 4 or 5 of so-called adaptations instead of just saying, this time we make the book version for a change, because the stupid slasher version we have seen already so many times that I'm sick of that. That would be something interesting. Just make a book, the book version, and
Oh
call
yeah.
it that. Like it's like with Frankenstein and Dracula and all the other things. Instead of just making, this time for a change, after 100 years, we make really an adaptation of the book. That would be a surprise. That would be a nice change.
Aye, that it would.
Instead of getting for the 100th time the same story again and again and again.
Well, get used to it, because that's all that the Hollywood machine does. Just regurgitates shit time and time again. It's
Yeah,
all it's ever done.
as I said, a movie really based on the book wouldn't even be a cinema movie. It would be probably a TV movie, like the one here from Wes Craven, here with the other Louis Duncan adaptation, Summer of Fear. And this is really, and this it should be like that, because the story is that it's more for young adults. It's not meant to be a R-rated horror slasher whatsoever. Yeah.
It's very rare you get faithful adaptations, though. You know this, Cub.
Yeah, yeah. If you're looking to faithful adaptations or searching for them, are kind of lost.
I mean, I don't mind as long as the end result is entertaining enough and competent. I don't mind going off script per se. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but most of the time it isn't. Most of the time, the book version is so much superior. But
Well,
the
yeah,
director
because
was just
when you're reading the book, you're creating those worlds and characters in your head, and you're forming everything, the world of the book.
yeah. The problem is, most of the time the directors have their own story to tell. They don't bother with the book. You have seen that also with Kubrick in Shining. He had a complete different story in mind. He didn't care for a stupid ghost story of
Well,
for
yeah,
Stephen King.
yeah, it's well known
Uh,
Kubrick didn't like the book.
yeah, and the same goes also for Carpenter. When he made Christine, he didn't care for a ghost car.
Well, yeah, you can't have a dead ghost sitting in the back of the fucking car all the time, can you? Mind you, why not?
Yeah, that,
I suppose you
yeah,
could. Why not?
yeah. But the thing is, people who really who read a book and really understand it, this is so rare, and understand it in the way that they are able to imagine it for screen or something like that. This is such a rare case. You get that really. That is really very rare that you get that. You got that with kind of with Stand By Me. You got that with Dead Zone, kind of. Uh, but besides that, can't tell you many examples where the people involved in the project really understood understood the book, really knew what the book was about, the original story. Yeah, and I'm just using here Stephen King examples because I know so many of them. Of course, there are other examples also, but I can't tell you
Most
a good
cases.
example. I really can't tell you a good example.
I don't mind, long
May
as it's entertaining and cast well and written well. I don't mind.
Maybe The Thing is a good example. Carpenter's Thing from who goes there from the story. That is kind of, but it's also not really faithful to the. It's not super faithful to the original, because in the original the Thing had also telekinetic powers, as you know, which thankfully they kept out of the movie. And there were also much more people involved in the original story. There were not just these few people, uh, McCready and his friends. There were more people. Yeah. Maybe Body Snatchers is a faithful one, kind of. I mean the old version, the 50s version.
Yeah, yeah.
Is kind of faithful, I would say. Because this paranoia theme from communism and so on is also in the original story. I would say.
Well, yeah, it's definitely a product of its time.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I would say maybe that's a example for a kind of faithful adaptation.
I quite like the remake movie as well, the 70s one.
Which is so much superior as a movie.
Yeah, yeah.
And
And the ending was great the first time you ever saw that ending. It was like, fucking yes. What an ending.
yeah, it's so great and also so imaginative. With the dog
The dog with the human
with the,
face.
the human face,
Yeah.
just crazy random idea thrown in there.
Fucking hell, I haven't watched
Because
that
it
for a
doesn't
while.
it doesn't make any sense with the rest of the story. But it's just such a cool idea where you give it a pass. But when you think about it, it really doesn't make any sense because it's the only time
Well,
that happens ever.
yeah, of course it don't make any sense, but yet we both know the scene. Do you know what I mean? As much does
Yeah,
everybody else.
just
It
brilliant.
created an impact for a couple of seconds, so I'm sure that
Yeah,
was
yeah,
its intent.
it's just brilliant. It's just, and then you give it a pass when it contributes so much to the atmosphere of the story. Because in this moment, it just the story was so dense already, but in this moment, when you had this scene in there, it was just this little thing that pushes it over the edge, kind of.
And it's a scene you don't forget in a hurry. Yeah.
Yeah. Most people would say the most memorable scene is the final scene here with the where he starts screaming. But for me, this scene with the dog is also very important. Because it's really shocks you when you
Oh
see it the
yeah,
first
that
time.
was the whole intent of the scene, wasn't it? because
Yeah.
there was no real context for it to even be in there. It was just to shock the audience.
Yeah, and it's not that it was not properly set up or something like that, because you had this guy who slept in the who was what you call it when you're homeless. This homeless guy
Yeah, it's
who
called
slept
homeless. Yeah,
on the yeah, who slept on the bank here in the park,
yeah, yeah.
and he had this was his dog.
It was. Yeah,
Yeah, and they had an horrible accident. So it was kind of set up, kind of. So
yeah.
yeah,
It's still a great little scene.
it's just brilliant. Would never. It's because of logic or something like that. Would never say, "Oh no, you can't use this scene." No, it's just
Well,
brilliant.
you know, a movie's got a movie.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of them. Leave common sense and just, go with it. If it's written well enough, you shouldn't have a problem engaging in the world and characters.
Yeah, sadly, probably we'll never ever get something like that, like Body Snatchers,
No,
because
they tried
when
it a few years back, didn't they, with fucking Daniel Craig. And that,
yeah, Invasion, and before that, Abel Ferreira also had made a version,
yeah,
Body Snatchers in the 90s, if you can remember.
yeah.
It also sucked, like the Daniel Craig one. But the thing is, nowadays we can't get something like Body Snatchers anymore. Because
Well, we just can't
because the
get good
directors
movies, mainstream movies. We just can't get good mainstream movies anymore because movies are made
no
by a committee and not by people who are just let loose to do things and take chances and risks. Everything's safe now and fucking group orientated, and everything has to be safe and appeal to the biggest demographic. And movies have lost the charm. You know what I mean?
yeah, what I want to say is directors like Philip Kaufman, who made the Body Snatchers in the 70s, they got their inspiration for their work from the great directors before,
Indeed, yeah.
like Bergman and so on. So and probably also Fritz Lang and these from these, and also very much from literature and from art.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
and this all went into the craft making
Exactly, yeah.
a movie like that. But directors nowadays, when they don't I they don't understand something like Body Snatchers, like this movie. They just see the cool visuals. They see, oh, there's a dog with a head with a human face or something like that,
That's it.
and they would
And
just
in their
use that.
version, the dog will have a bigger part. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
and
it looks
also they
cool.
would, and they wouldn't even bother to have a setup in the story, because this
Why
this
bother?
homeless guy, he appeared from the start of the movie. He was not. He was kind of set up. Uh, he was shown in a few scenes that you knew it was not just didn't just appear out of nowhere or something like that. He was kind of established with his dog, and so, but they wouldn't. They just would use the visuals of this movie. They just would
Exactly, yeah.
use the cool the dog with the head, and then also some other scenes here with the pot and what so that looked cool, where you had this half transformations and things like that.
Yeah, definitely. And then it'll be credits written and directed by J.J. Abrams.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the problem nowadays. Even if the directors nowadays, I have the feeling the directors nowadays, they take their inspiration things for like Joss Whedon here, Buffy and Angel and so on.
Yeah, but he's a one-trick pony. Joss Whedon is. Joss Whedon it basically writes Scooby Doo, and that's all he's ever done. Gang meet don't get along at first, but all join together to fight the big bad guy in the third act. And that's Joss Whedon. Pretty much everything he's ever done.
Yeah, and so he is kind of the blueprint when they want to, or their writing and so on, and it shows.
I smelt his hackery years ago. Hackery, is that a word? It fucking is now. I sniffed him out to be a
Yeah,
hack many, many years ago.
yeah, and that's a real problem nowadays with movies, entertainment in general. I
Well,
think these guys they don't have the talent. They don't have the talent. They don't because they don't go far back enough, and they don't bother with literature and all other things, art things from 100 years ago or more, because that's too much work.
indeed. And the
It would
generations
take
now coming through in charge of these films and in charge of the writing room, Jesus, most of them have never had any live experience. It's a joke
yeah
that these people are writing this stuff.
yeah you get products nowadays which also look awful. The look of the movies nowadays, they just look artificial. They have no soul, nothing. There
Well,
is
I've been saying that for fucking years, as you know. This is why I can't do with mainstream fucking movies. I've totally lost the taste for it. It's just year in year out 2 hours of CGI fighting or whatever the fucking I just don't care enough. I don't care enough to waste my time.
yeah, this use of CGI is really getting it's ridiculous. These movies, I have no fun watching them.
That's
I have
because
no
they're not
fun
fun.
reviewing them. I feel stupid talk about them because there's nothing to say. There is because they are just nothing.
Yeah.
They're not worth.
Here's a guy fighting in front of a green screen for 90 minutes. There you
Yeah,
go.
it's they're not worth your time talking about them, treating them like real movies because they aren't, from my point of view. They aren't just. It's just CGI garbage on the screen, which pretends to be a story, but it clearly isn't. It's just no fun. I can't tell you a movie where I had fun watching it last years. It's really most of the movies are just work.
I don't know. I don't really watch mainstream movies anymore. I just can't be bothered with it with any of them. No, I'm not wasting my time.
Yeah, for this month I had to watch 4 of these slugs, so-called movies. One I talked about today. Here, I know what you did last summer. It's
Yeah,
so
see.
bad. This fourth
Well,
one is. Oh my
well, the
God.
originals weren't fucking good in my opinion. They were just crap.
Yeah,
So,
they went so out of ideas that they just made the survivors from the old
well, yeah, you've
movies.
got to have some tenuous
Yeah.
link to the fucking original movies, haven't you?
No, they made the survivors.
And I'm
Made them
sure
the
Jennifer
killer.
Love Hewitt and fucking Freddie Prinze Jr. I'm sure they were glad of the check.
Yeah, they were glad to check, but the thing is, they made from Freddie Prinze Jr. the killer this time.
Yeah,
He's the
you
killer.
said in your video, yeah.
which doesn't make any sense
Well,
whatsoever.
it's a twist, isn't it? You're not supposed to think about it because it's written by dummies for dummies.
Yeah, yeah, it's a twist that you don't suspect because it doesn't make sense.
Logic be damned. It doesn't matter if it makes any fucking sense. Because the brain dead
Yeah,
fucks who are watching this film, yeah, you know,
and
it's.
and when you see how they stage the accident, so this time they don't run over somebody and then try to get rid of the body and commit a crime. No, they are just standing there watching at the fireworks, and then somebody comes too fast along the street, and one of them is standing on the street, and so he doesn't want to drive over him, and that's the reason why he crashes over the cliff. It's just an accident.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
It's nobody's fault. It's if you want to give fault to somebody, then to the driver, because he went too fast in this here
Jesus Christ.
turn or
Fucking
whatever.
hell. How
And
paper thin do they want these plots nowadays? Fucking hell.
yeah, yes, and also they, as I said, they are so unimaginative. So watching the fireworks, they go into the curve. So they stand with their car in the curve, the most dangerous place in the street.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And because
Fuck it, you should have run them all over for standing where they were. Fucking
yeah, but
speed up and turn your wipers on.
if you want a story like I Know What You Did Last Summer, then you can come up with something more believable at least.
Oh,
Make an accident, and that they do something to deserve to get killed, but not just a regular accident where nobody of them is even involved. It's just the guy who stood in the street.
fuck me.
If you want to give somebody the blame,
I wouldn't waste my time on this shit, I really wouldn't.
yeah, but what I don't understand is how this got greenlit with not even coming up with a believable accident story or whatever. It's even more lazy than in part 3.
Because the rules of filmmaking now is how much will it cost? How much of the projected fucking profit might make it? It doesn't fucking matter anymore. There's no good filmmakers, well, rarely anymore, and mainstream movies just suck. It's written by idiots for idiots. Look at the audience. The audiences are dumb as fuck. They couldn't handle a challenging script or moments to let
Yeah.
character growth. You know what I mean? Could you imagine a 10-minute conversation between two people? Just a 10-minute conversation in a modern movie. You've lost half of the audience right there, just by having 10 minutes of character development between two characters talking.
Yeah, probably. But I already talked about this problem. If all your work, all your scripts and all your stories are just copies of copies of copies of copies,
Yeah.
then the end result is something like in Brave New World. I mean the original story. Because in the Brave New World future, you have these stories that are just put together from famous stories. But they have always kind of a happy end, and they don't make any sense. So they're coupled together, something from the works of Shakespeare or something like that. Uh, it's like these fake movies that you see in The Simpsons, or that you saw in The Simpsons back then,
Yeah.
when they went to the cinema, and then you had this mix of an action movie, and Robin Hood and Zorro also appears
Yeah.
and things like that.
Generally with what's his face? Troy McClure, was it?
Yeah, but the thing is, these you have these fake movies of fake entertainment, which where the people are laughing at scenes that are supposed to be funny, and clapping of in scenes that are supposed to be nice or whatever, but the context itself is doesn't make any sense. It's just they are just what you call it, like apes, or or parrots, or what you when you conditioned. They are
Yeah,
just
yeah.
conditioned that way. It has nothing to do anymore with getting a real story and processing it, and things like that. It's just
It's because modern audiences are fucking dumb. They've just had this brain rot mainstream blockbuster fucking movie mentality for the past 20 fucking years or whatever. So they're growing up fucking oblivious to any quality filmmaking.
yeah. And Greg, Omega Man is for sure not an improvement on I Am Legend. That's for sure.
No.
And Soylent Green, I can kind of agree on that. But Soylent Green is not really an adaptation of the Soylent Green book, because in Soylent Green the main thing is they're eating human meat,
Indeed.
and in the book it's not. In the book, Soylent Green is that what it is supposed to be. It's vegan food. It's made from soy and beans. From soy and lentil.
That's the one.
Uh, and and uh, and the book is a complete different story. Because that Soylent Green is human or something like that. So I wouldn't even say that it is really an adaptation. And Omega Man is bad. It's just a bad movie. Sorry. You can make fun of it, but it's nothing like I Am Legend.
Definitely not.
Really.
Because I've actually read that, so yeah. I like the
Yeah.
Omega Man though, do you know what I mean? It's not a great film by any stretch, but it's entertaining, you know what I mean? You can't say it's not an entertaining movie.
Yeah, it's a trashy movie,
Yeah.
which entertains. Yeah, but really, Greg is saying it's an improvement to the book.
Oh no, certainly not, no.
No, no, for sure not. Even the Vincent Price version, which I really, really like,
Oh, the
uh,
last man on earth.
yeah, Last Man on Earth, is not as good as the book. It's a very good movie, yeah, but it's not as good as the book. Sorry, it's the most faithful one. Yeah, I, I give it that. But still, the book is so much better, and the
Indeed.
ending of the book is so much better, where he sees that he's the monster, kind of, in this new society, and commits suicide. Oh my God, that ending is so impactful in the original story.
Indeed, yeah.
It's really
I mean, it's been a long time since I've read it, but yeah.
Yeah, and how much they dropped the ball with the stupid Will Smith version. Oh my
Oh, we don't
God,
talk about that, do we?
I I hate that. I
No,
hate that.
we don't talk about that terrible
Uh,
thing.
yeah, it's Akiva Goldsman. He's the screenwriter. He's a hack.
Wow.
He's a total fraud. I
Yeah, well,
hate
most people are in
everything
Hollywood.
from him.
Most people, dude,
Yeah.
Hollywood is always has been and always will be a bunch of frauds. They all
Yeah.
wear masks. They're all yes. They're fucking. They might as well be aliens. These people.
Yeah, as they're overrated, overpaid hacks, and they deserve a- any credit. They have this brilliant source material, which they clearly don't understand, uh, and then you get these hack products where and you dump down the masses that you aren't able to have a real talk about something with anybody anymore because he just knows the stupid movie, didn't know the source material, so has no clue what's really going on, and yeah, that goes for most of the people. It's really sad. 40 years ago, it was much easier to have a conversation about something
Well, the
because
internet has ruined many people's brains. That's the
the
problem.
education level back then was much higher with the people. You can clearly say that
Oh, definitely.
because people they had to read journals or books to get information. They
Nope,
they
nobody thinks for themselves anymore because the internet has destroyed people's minds. Everything is either one end or the other. There's no discussion. There's
yeah
no grey area. It's you're right and I'm wrong, or I'm wrong. You know what I mean? There's no discussion anymore. There's no discourse. It's one end of
yeah
the spectrum
uh,
or the other. Love it or
yeah
hate it. You're with me or
and
against me. And the internet's done that to people. People don't think anymore. They just believe anything they read because it sounds plausible, and they just
yeah, and
believe this
also
shit.
when people
Nobody
think
thinks anymore. Nobody fact checks anything. Nobody does any investigative type of anything.
yeah,
If the subject interests them, they don't go digging. They just take whatever somebody says on the internet on at face value, and that's it. That must be the truth.
yeah, and
God,
also when
people are
people
dumb.
think that my movie knowledge or whatever comes only from that I have watched so many movies or something like that. No, no, there was a time that in the first years, in my first years, first 15 or 20 years, it was not so easy even to watch movies. Most of my knowledge I got from books, from movie books, by the way. I not just have this encyclopedias, bought these encyclopedias about uh, horror movies, fantasy movies, and so on. I also bought just books where movies were described in.
I
Like,
I used to get a lot of copies of like Starlog back in the day,
yeah,
science fiction and movie magazine. I used to buy that
yeah,
back in the 80s, and
magazines.
oh man,
Yeah,
good days.
I was sub
Fangoria as well when that horror one came out. That was pretty good.
yeah, yeah, and I showed it even in some of my reviews. And for early reviews, I show my movie magazine, which I had was
Dude, I used to buy. I can remember
subscribed to
buying
back then.
so many of those things when Return of the Jedi was coming out. Fucking hell, because I wanted to
Yeah,
find out as much information as I possibly could. So I was buying
yeah, yeah,
any magazine that had anything to do with Return of the Jedi. I was like, I want that because I needed more information.
yeah. So
Good
thanks to
days.
that, you got a very big spectrum of what is going on, kind of, and also behind the scenes knowledge and
Yeah,
and
man.
and so on.
That was the beauty of
And
them type of things, wasn't it, Cub?
yeah, and this is this is not comparable to this so-called knowledge of nowadays so-called reviewers or whatever, 30-year-olds or 20-year-olds, and who pretend to be a fan of this and that, and
Written by
this is
some twat
laughable.
on the internet.
Yeah, this is so laughable. When I have discussions with them, I can't take them serious, really. Uh, and this is really making people even more stupid than they already are when they talk about things where
I
they're
think it's
clearly
I think it's an age thing as well, Cub.
yeah, of course,
Today's
but
people,
it's
they don't, but like I was saying, they don't bother to check anything out. They don't care about the history of anything. They just want the now. You know what I mean?
it's a combination because since the stupid smartphone, people in the last 20 years, they don't bother to make real research outside the stupid internet.
Yeah,
And so,
that's what I was saying. Nobody thinks for themselves anymore. They haven't done for
yeah,
years.
and so they think they know it all, but in fact, they know much less than people
Yeah,
who
but
don't
they
use
are
the
getting
internet.
their information just off some other dickhead on the internet.
Yeah. Who and the other dickhead on the internet is also most of the time has also not read anything or made real research and is
Exactly.
also pulling the things sometimes
Exactly.
just out
He's
of
getting his
his ass.
information off some other dickhead on the internet.
Yeah, yeah. So that and I have to have stupid discussions sometimes with people who have clearly no idea what they're talking about, explaining to me that, for example, Mad Max 2 is after an atomic war. And I tell them, no, it's nothing to do with that. But
Not all fucking dystopian future movies are because of atomic war.
yeah, yeah, exactly, Jess, exactly. But people they get so dumb with the time. It's
That's
unbelievable. It's
probably because some pseudo journalist wrote a review on Mad Max 2 and said after an apocalypse war, and millions of people
yeah,
have
yeah,
probably read that fucking bullshit review. Then people will
yeah,
base that review
yeah,
on that review and that review. You know, it's like fuck me. The internet's ruined
yeah,
people's minds. It really has. But it's good for
yeah,
things
yeah.
like this. Me talking to you in Germany. That's cool. But it's also the
Yeah,
brain rot of many people.
yeah, it's just sad. Uh, I have a kind of tradition because I can't visit my mother anymore because she's still in Berlin. I still have to go at least try to go one time in the day out of the house, and so I go over to a bakery, small bakery, which is also very cheap. And I'm just sitting there
Well,
and
of
eat
course
and
it's cheap. That's why you go there, Cub. We know you're
no,
a thrifty man.
no, it was the only place in the during the pandemic that didn't get the police when you went there without a mask. And so I didn't forget that. And so I stayed true to them.
I tell you,
And
that's one thing I love about Europe. Fucking the places that I've been in Europe. Just a cup of coffee in the morning with like a nice pastry with custard in it or something, or a bit of jam, or fuck it, you can't beat it, man.
yeah, but
That's the way to
as I said,
start a day. That is.
the thing is, I try at least once a day now to go over there instead of visiting my mom. And then I sit there and drink normally two cups of coffee.
Yeah, I'd start
Uh,
my every day. I'd start my day with go walk down there, cup of coffee and a nice sweet pastry. Yes, that's the way I'd
yeah,
start every
and
day.
but what I'm recognizing is because it's kind of it's in the middle of the city, and what I'm recognizing is this trend with the smartphones that I'm probably the only guy in this town that is not constantly with his smartphone.
Yeah,
I-
it annoys the piss out of me.
yeah, and I even tell the people, tell them, uh, are you recognizing that we all everybody here is sitting, even sitting, and instead of talking with each other, they are
Yeah, the
watching on
faces are stuck
their
in a fucking
smartphones.
phone. Yeah,
Yeah,
it drives me up the wall. You go to a concert now and you've got people watching it through the phones and they're filming it and they're watching it on the phone. It's like, dude, they're right in front of you. Why are you looking at your tiny screen on a phone?
yeah,
It drives me fucking mental. It really does. I mean, as you know, I get that smartphone because of the Peter Gabriel ticket. You know that story. I'm not going into it. The first thing I
yeah.
did was
I know.
fucking, right, delete this, delete this, delete this, all these functions and everything. Go fuck yourself. I just deleted all these apps or whatever you call them. Fuck off, fuck off. I don't want any of this shit on here. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. And now it's just the same as my old phone for phone
Yeah,
calls and text messages and nothing else.
yeah. And as you know, I have a handy, but a handy, not a
Yeah,
smartphone,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
it never ever leaves my home. It just is here for my mother, that my mother can call me. That's for what
That's
it
all
is.
you need it for, dude.
For nothing else.
Yeah, that's all you need it
And
for.
yeah, so but as I said, I go outside the house, but still I can barely talk to anybody because, as I said, most of people are sitting there
Yep, with the faces
and are
stuck in a
playing,
fucking phone.
yeah, playing with their stupid phones, and it's just surreal. It's just because this is really not a joke. I'm really kind of an outsider in so many levels.
I
It's
still know a couple of people who refuse get one. I mean, I would have
yeah,
been one of them if I didn't have to have got it for a fucking ticket. But
yeah, I
like I
know,
said, I've just turned all
uh,
that shit off now, so it don't make any odds. It's just like a
yeah,
regular phone.
but just this is not the only thing. There are so many other things where I'm also feel like kind of the only one, like not paying the stupid rent here for the TV, what you call it,
Yeah, fuck
the
'em. Yeah, too
TV
right.
tax. Also something that I never have done or no never are going to do, which also makes me kind of an outsider here, because most of the people I know, nobody else here in this town who doesn't pay the stupid fee,
Yeah, fuck 'em.
and and then of course you have all this Corona crap and so on. But as I said, the smartphone thing,
No.
there are so many things where I'm just not part of this society. So
Yeah,
when I call
dude,
myself an outsider,
if your
it's
face is stuck in a phone, mate, you can stick that society up your fucking arse, man. Like I say, it's turning people fucking stupid. People are getting dumber
yeah,
and dumber every fucking year. And it's all
yeah,
because of the internet
and
and fucking
and
social
and the
media and phones and
And the thing is, when I call myself an outsider, it's not to
no,
show off or
you're an
something like
outsider
that.
because you're an
It's
android cub. You're
no,
not really human.
it's just a fact. It's just
Yeah,
a
it is a fact.
fact.
You're not
Yeah,
really
it
human.
is a yeah. whatever. So no, but it feels sometimes surreal.
Fuck them. They can keep that world. You know what I mean? I'm happy in mine. That'll do me.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah. So and also, as you know, I'm now really on my own, kind of, since I have nothing to do anymore with my best
Yeah, well.
friend or whatever.
You won't go
Uh,
out
yeah.
sometime, Cub, and try to make friends with somebody. I know it's easier said than done, because with most people, after 5 minutes of being listening to them, I'm like, no, you're an idiot. Goodbye.
Yeah, kind of like that.
I know.
Yeah, but
It's easy
I
to
don't
say go
know.
out and make friends, but at the end of the day, fuck me.
Yeah, at least I have my projects.
There you go, see?
This is really
It
kind of the
keeps you
only thing.
busy.
Yeah.
Don't you worry, Cub. One day, sir, I'll be over there and we're gonna paint the town red, as the kids say.
Yeah.
Well, the kids don't say that anymore. I don't think they've said that phrase for about 70 years, probably, if not longer. But hey.
Yeah. So this till now, this summer was really not that hot. It was more rainy.
Yeah.
Today I had to even wear a jacket.
See,
And
that'll be
we have,
another good thing about me coming over to see you. The weather's the same, so it's like, yep, I'm used to this weather.
yeah, yeah, it really sucks. And yeah, today I had to go to the doctors because I need a recipe for my shoes, because one shoe I had to 2 centimeters, what you call it, uh, when you have one shoe you have to make higher,
Yeah,
taller.
yeah, yeah. I know what you're on about. Your
And
shoes, where you have to make them a little bit one's higher than the other one, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
the left side, and so that's the reason why I had to go to the doctors today, uh, because they don't just make it. You have to appear there and wait there for an hour or two
yeah,
hours for nothing. Yeah, because they just he was just asking me, "Hey, should I just write the same thing like you had last time?" And I
yeah.
told him, "No, no, I don't want that you write the same thing as I had last time here, because last time you wrote it wrong.
Yeah,
Please write it right, that I
yeah.
don't have to come back another time."
Do your fucking job and do it properly. Yeah,
Yeah, I told him that, exactly that, because uh, uh, he didn't want to. He had no idea what I wanted from him.
this is it.
Uh,
See, he
and,
didn't bother
and
read your
he's
medical history. He didn't bother find out anything about you before you even walked in his office. Didn't even do any homework. Didn't care.
yeah, yeah. He just wanted me to appear in his office that he can get higher pay from the insurance. Because if he just would write the recipe as usual, he would get less. He couldn't. That's the only reason. And so I told him, because the guy who wrote it last time has left. And I told him, no, don't write the exact same thing as last time, because the guy wrote it wrong. I had to come back to to
Yeah, to get him to do
to
his fucking
correct it.
job properly. Yeah,
Yeah, to get him to do his job properly. So please do it properly.
yeah. Because I don't
Exactly.
want
And
fucking
then I
come back again.
Yeah, yeah, and so the really annoying thing was, I had to explain to him the guy, why the last time what was written there was wrong. I had to explain it to him, and he's supposed to be a doctor.
Yeah, well, he didn't fucking care,
No,
dude. He
but
knows
just
nothing about
if
you. Didn't read up.
just the thing is, these 2 centimeters, they come under the shoe, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I'm
I
familiar.
get also the things that you put into the shoe. What are they called?
Yeah, like insoles or lifts or whatever, yeah.
Insoles. And these insoles, they can't be very thick, because if they would be thick, you can't put them into the shoes.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. You wouldn't get your little
So
toes in there,
obviously,
dude.
so yeah, and so the stupid so-called doctor wrote the 2 centimeters for the shoe, but he wrote it also for the insoles. And I had to explain to where I make the shoes. I had to explain to them, uh, 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 this is this is wrong from the doctor, because he's a stupid. Of course, you can't do that to the insults. Something like that writes only a doctor who is a fraud, who has no idea what he's doing.
Yeah, yeah.
And so the second one today, it was the same kind of fraud.
It's,
He
it,
had he
yeah,
had
they
no
just
idea
don't
what
care.
was wrong with the recipe, and I explained it to him. I told him, if you do that under the insole, under the thing that you put into the
Yeah.
shoe,
I
of
can't
course,
put me fucking foot in it.
yeah, of course, this doesn't make sense. And why should you do it 2 times? Why should you do it to the shoe and to the insole thing?
Because
It doesn't make any sense.
because he doesn't bother, and all he has read is the last notes on your vial. That's all he's read.
Yeah, he
Nothing
has read,
else.
and I even give
If
him
he's
a
even
clue
read that.
but the really insulting thing, I gave him even a clue. No, because there was something wrong with it, and then he reads it and didn't figure out what is wrong with it.
Fuck me.
But he's supposed to be a doctor.
I know. Well, I've said it with the doctors over here. I think they give the licenses away inside a box of cereal nowadays. I think it's a free gift.
But the really funny thing is that the
Because there's no
guy
way
with
these
the
morons are doing 7 years to end up as dumb as these fuckers are. Surely not.
3 years ago, I was already there, and I had my unvaccinated T-shirt on as usual, and so they got lectured 2 times now from the unvaccinated guy. This is so funny, because really, and the woman that is working here at the entrance, I told her that the doctor made a mistake, because, and I know what I'm talking about, since 35 years I got the same recipe
Exactly,
every
yeah.
time.
It's my
So I
fucking
know,
foot. Yeah, I'm sure you know what you're
yeah.
talking about.
And so I had to explain it to her again. 3 years ago, I had to explain to her that the doctor made a mistake and that the recipe had to be changed. And now this time, I had to lecture the new doctor again.
It's
So
it's
they
because
are.
they're lazy
I
fucks.
tell you, they are so sick of me. Every time they see me, that probably because they get a lecture from the guy who
Yeah,
with
fuck
the
'em.
unvaccinated shirt.
Fuck 'em. If they bothered to do the fucking jobs properly, you wouldn't need to call them out on their bullshit, would you? If
Yeah,
they just
and
bothered to
I
do
would
the job properly.
and I would guess, if they had any kind of pride, they would try not to get embarrassed by the guy who is who is clearly denying all their medicine bullshit with his unvaccinated shirt, clearly saying, I don't believe in your medicine bullshit. And so I would try not to get lectured by this guy, or not.
Well, you'd expect him just to do his fucking job at the end of the day.
It has to be so embarrassing for them to get lectured by me, or not.
I don't think they probably don't give a fuck either way, Cub. They're
But
just
even a second time.
they're just there to
But this
do a
is even.
job, and very poorly by all accounts.
But even a second time in 3 years, a second time to get
Oh well.
lectured by me, and it has to be. I tell you, and next time when they see me, they think, "Oh my God, no! This is again this guy that is lecturing us."
Well, they should get your fucking shoe right, shouldn't they? And then you wouldn't have to keep fucking going there if they got it right and did the job properly and got it right the first time.
They should give me their job because they are clearly not qualified.
In all fairness, though, dude, if I was dying or something, I think I'd take their word over it over yours. In all fairness. As much as I love you, dude,
Yeah.
but I think I'll take their word over it over yours.
No, I tell you, I'm saying all these medicine guys, they are complete frauds,
No,
and
doctors
this is
aren't. The thing is, though, dude, the health service, same in Europe, it's all shifted. Doctors no longer care about the patients anymore. They're just middlemen for drug companies now. They get checks off various drug companies, and that's all they care about. This is why they tell you
yeah,
go to hospital, go, because they don't even bother want to see you anymore. If they can't prescribe you a tablet, off they just try and recommend you
I,
go to the hospital. Go up accident and emergency or whatever the fuck.
I tell you, if I would be
Doctors ain't
serious ill,
what doctors used to be. Not anymore.
if I would be serious ill or something like that, I would rather die than get treatment of one of these frauds.
Dude,
I can
in
tell you.
today's health service, mate, you probably will die before you get any treatment.
Yeah, yeah, probably because for this treatment today, I had to wait a month, a whole month.
Yeah, that's how
That
it is, dude. That's
yeah,
how it is.
and and it doesn't make any sense because since 35 years, I normally don't just have to call there and because they know my recipe, it's the same since 35 years. It's exactly the same recipe for my shoes.
Yeah, yeah.
And uh, and for some reason, so 10 years ago, it was no problem. Or 5 years, even 5 years ago,
Yeah,
it was no problem
yeah,
just
they
to
did the
call there.
jobs then.
Yeah, and to give me my recipe, I didn't have to go to the doctor or whatever because it's, as I said, it's since
They
over
knew the
30 years.
patient, they knew what you needed, and they sorted it out.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no confusion necessary.
yeah, but nowadays I have to constantly appear there for no reason, and
Yep,
I
it's
don't even
bollocks.
get what you call it
Satisfaction.
when a doctor.
Sorry, I couldn't resist that.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
carry on.
just when a doctor looks after a patient, what is it called? It's when he checks. I don't even get checked by him.
What, like just an examination, a general
Yes,
examination.
this is now the second time I had
Yeah,
to
they don't do
appear
that anymore,
there,
dude. They don't do that anymore. They don't give
and
a shit.
and even 3 years ago they said, okay, because you are a new patient, the doctor has at least to see you, to check you first time. And I said, okay. So I went there, but he didn't check me. He just asked me what I want.
Yep.
I told him 2 centimeters on the left side, as it is written in my dossier whatsoever.
Yeah. If you
And
bother
and
to
this
look this
thing,
shit up, yeah.
and he didn't bother to even check if it's 2 centimeters or 3 or 5 or whatever.
Yep.
He just
Welcome to the world of modern medicine and doctors club. Come on in. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, yeah, and now 3 years later again, they they pretend that you get a check, or here what you call it, that the doctor at least checks what's up with you.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Not anymore, dude. You know why? Because they're trying to get rid of the free healthcare system.
I,
They want it like America, mate, where you've got to pay insurance and all this horse shit. They try and get rid of the free healthcare system, and we know what measures and why and when that was put into place, and we know why. We don't need to go into it, but you and me both know why.
Yeah.
Because that's what they try and do. They're trying to force you into private healthcare. That's why the services are greatly reduced. Your doctor ain't your doctor anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Because they want you to go private.
Yeah, they want to go private, and also with your retirement, want to go private. Yeah, what you call it, the
Yeah,
money
yeah.
that you get in the retirement.
Yeah, yeah. Your pension.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pension. They also want that you go do it private, and
Well,
yeah, I know.
I wouldn't even qualify for a state pension because I haven't worked for 15 consecutive years.
Yeah, and I'm not dependent on a state pension anymore, since, as I said, I make my own pension with my Bitcoin thing,
There you go, see? Fuck
and
'em.
and and yeah, and it seems to work out. Really, every month I get more and more. What you call it?
Zatoichis? No.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I get more of the satoshis. Yeah, but I get more and more confident. That's what I mean.
Right,
It
I'm with you.
gives me it gives me confidence. It gives me
Dude, I'm glad you're having a bit of fun, mate. I'm glad you're loving that
it,
shit.
yeah, and the thing is that I make it that slow, that I don't have this big pile of money that I can just put into it and hope for the best. That no, every month put a little bit of money that I can afford, as I told you, into that since half a year, since January, and
Fucking hell, has it been half a year already? Fucking hell, time does fly.
yeah, half a
It
year,
doesn't
and
seem that long ago when you started all that stuff.
yeah,
Fucking
because
hell.
it was end of January where I started,
Yeah,
to be
but yeah,
precise.
and we're at the end of July now, so it's still been 6 months.
Yeah, yeah, 6 months, but every month gives me more and more the feeling of confidence that you feel more and more independent every month with every little bit money that you that goes over there. You know this is protected from inflation.
Yeah, yeah.
This is going these few bucks, 50 euros or 100 euros or whatever, they are going to be exactly that worth when you want to go to retirement, or when you or in a few years,
Exactly, yeah. You're not
and
losing
and
anything, are you?
probably and
Yeah, yeah.
and probably they are going to be more worth even.
There we go,
But
see?
they but the thing
And
that
anything
isn't going
more
to
is a
happen,
bonus. So, it's all
yeah,
good.
yeah, and but what is not going to happen is that inflation eats it up. That is not going to happen. And to know that at least with a little bit of my income, that at least a little bit is safe from the inflation and the state and whatever, state is never ever able to get to it.
Yep.
Uh, and this is also a good thing,
Well, of course it is, yeah.
because
Anything the
everything,
state can't get their grubby little hands on is a good thing.
yeah, because everything else they can get from me. They can confiscate my things, my computer, my
Yeah, yeah.
when I have,
Same over
if I
here,
would
dude.
have any treasury or whatever,
Yep, it's the
they
same
could
over here.
confiscate everything, get it with brute force. But the only thing they can't get are the satoshis or the Bitcoin.
Exactly.
If I'm not that stupid to give them my passwords or whatever, will never ever able to get them. And I can get to them from everywhere on this planet. I don't have
Yep.
to be in stupid Germany for that. If For example, if I would lose everything
I've just
today.
imagined you as an international man of mystery, traveling the
No,
globe
no,
and
no. The
depositing
thing is,
satoshis.
if I would, if they would confiscate everything here in my home or whatever, just go anywhere else and get my what I have. I don't need anything for that. And this is something that people don't understand when it comes to this to Bitcoin and so on.
That's it.
This
Yeah,
is this is
it's
the
untouchable. Yeah.
only true freedom. This is really, and I'm so proud of that. That is also something that gives me hope for the future. Really,
Why not?
I can tell you,
Why not?
in next year at the same time when we are talking again about that, this could mean you would are talking to somebody completely with a completely different financial background, just
Good.
because of that.
Good. Well, I always like an update.
Yeah, and I highly recommend people to look into that, to
Well,
to
let's face
also
it, man. The economic collapse is gonna happen. It's just a question of when. So there may be a future in it
yeah,
because the economic
the,
collapse is definitely gonna happen.
yeah, and when people start to recognize that they have to go into that anyway, into because of payments in the future, I can tell you, in 5 years, I can see that there will be more payments in Bitcoin as in fiat money.
Yeah, yeah. Well, more and more people are accepting it as payments. So
Yeah, and if you are the last one who comes to the party, as you know, you pay, of course, the most for it. And the people who changed in time, and I'm not telling people put all your money into that or stupid shit like that,
yeah,
because as everybody
just
knows,
do as you do, Cub. Just put in as you can afford.
as I can afford, and
There's nothing wrong with that. It's
thi-
just a bit of fun, isn't it?
yeah, and this is completely legal, which is also very important, so
Exactly.
that
Yeah.
you can't that the state can't say, oh, here, where, how could you afford that, or where did the money come from, and things like that. No,
And they always love a bit of snooping. Yes.
yeah, yeah, and as I said, and I just can tell people, look into it, open your eyes. The freedom is right in front of your eyes. You just have to open them and just have to grab it for yourself
Indeed.
and make a plan. It's the best that you can do, that you say per month. I can give an example with me, few $100, and it's exactly just what I can afford. I can't make any debts for that, since there's no bank that would loan me money or something like that.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I can't make
you
a
don't.
debt
Yeah. Well,
anyway.
you wouldn't want to go down that road anyway, would you?
Yeah, but the thing is, I couldn't even if I want to. And that's the beauty of it. I just can do what
Just
I
what you
can
can afford.
afford.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is
yeah.
not. That's the
It's
way it should be.
yeah, yeah. And after 6 months, I can tell I'm already in the plus, really.
There you go. See,
Uh,
it's all
and
good.
and that people have a number. I'm 15% in the plus. So
There you
if I
go.
would
See.
sell today, if I would sell today, I would have already made a profit of 15%.
There you go. See.
Uh, but I'm not going to, of course, not today and
No,
not
keep
tomorrow.
hold of that shit. Yeah.
This is my retirement money.
Go for it. Exactly, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not going anywhere, is it? So,
No,
it's all
no.
safe. It's all good.
Yeah, yeah, and I planned it already for 4 years minimum. Minimum. The 4 years were already my plan from the beginning. Because here in Germany, after 1 year, it's tax free. By the way. So when you hold your cryptos or bitcoins, when you hold them more than a year, you can change them back without having. You don't have to pay taxes on them.
Yeah, yeah.
It's tax free. This
Nice.
is a regulation here in Germany, and this is, by the way, what they were talking about in the US, that small. This is in the was supposed to be a part of the big beautiful bill here in the US,
Yeah.
but
I've read
it's
bits.
not. Yeah, but it's not a part of it. But another governor is now trying to pass this law that small payments under $300 are going to be that you do with crypto are going to be tax free, which means that when you buy them and when you buy a coffee with them or something like that, that you don't constantly have to pay taxes by changing them back into dollar, if you
Yeah, yeah.
understand what I mean.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And this is a law that they have announced that they want to pass. And if they do, this could ease it a lot for people in the US, and everything that comes in the US also comes to us, as you know, since we are just occupied by them.
Wow.
And so everything there, laws that come there, come also here.
Well, yeah. It's as if one group of people are making all these laws and not the puppets in command. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, but the thing is, as I said, this could make it very easier for people in the US when they deal with this stuff. Because, as I said, here in Germany, I know the laws, and they are fine. Because I have the plans already, had the plan to keep it at least 4 years, at least, because the cycle of the half cycle of the Bitcoin is 4 years, as you know.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
I can
called
remember. I can remember you saying, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's called halving. What does that mean? That means when people mine Bitcoin, they find in these blocks. Actually, they find 3.2 Bitcoin. And after the halving, they're only going to find the half of that.
Yeah, yeah.
And this whole thing started with 50 Bitcoin a block. So when it started in 2009, the mining, when you found a block, and a block is found, a block is registered every 10 minutes. It's just the first one that gets registered. So from everybody who's searching, just every 10 minutes, one of them, the first one, is the one that gets approval, work of proof. That's the risk with the mining. That's when you hear that they found a block.
Yeah. I can just remember graphics cards on the second-hand market at that time. It was like, don't buy a second-hand one because it's probably burnt out with people mining for crypto.
Yes. That is
I'm
what
glad that's
is
not
meant
such a thing
is meant
anymore,
with
but
it.
yeah, back in
Yeah.
the day,
So
you had to be
so
careful buying a fucking graphics card.
so this halving is every 4 years, and the last halving was last year in April. So normally after you have these cycles that after the halving that the price goes up because the crypto the bit the coins the people who mine them get less, find less coins, half of them, and so the price automatically goes up.
Yeah,
And you have
right.
this
I'm with you.
cycle.
It took me a second,
Yeah,
but yeah, I'm with you.
yeah, which makes sense because when it started, you could find 50 bitcoins in a block,
Right, yeah.
and then after 4 years, started 2009 and then 2013. After 2013, you only could find 25, and then 2017 that is called halving, and then 2017 you could only find 12 and a half,
Yeah,
and
and
then
so on, yeah, and so on. Yeah, we get
21
it, yeah.
and so on. Yeah, and that's of course every time you have after the halving the price
It still
for
sounds
the Bitcoin.
when you say it though, Cub, the halving, it sounds like some ritual Vincent Price should have been involved in.
Yeah. It's like a ritual. Yeah, so that's by the way, that's why I decided to have them at least 4 years because I started after the last halving, kind of half a year after that, because halving was in April last year, and I started, as you know, in January, February, but I'm still in this area after the halving, and so the price goes really up at first, but then it goes down again, and then it kind of stays that for a time. This is kind of the cycle, and so
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
still in this. This is now it's exactly the sweetest spot to go into it, because you are in this time where the next halving is 3 years away, and
Like you said, it comes in.
now
Did you say it comes in 4 year cycles?
yeah, in four
Yeah,
years
yeah.
cycles. Yeah, it's since the last one was last year in April. The next one is 2028 in March or April. And
Well, if I'm still alive by then, you'll have to let me know how you've gone on.
no, but the thing is, it's really this is really the sweet spot when you want to go into it, because as I said, expectations are mostly high when the halving comes on, because it reduces the amount of new bitcoins that come into the market
Yeah, yeah. By
at
half, yeah.
50% by half. And this effect, of course, is a much bigger effect the less Bitcoin are there to mine.
Obviously, yeah.
So this is you don't have to be an expert to see that. This is really just
The basic principle of maths. Yeah.
basic principle of math.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and so really, I'm really curious if I can stay like that next 4 years and then see after in 2028 what the end result is. But I have a very good feeling, as I said,
Yeah, man.
which
You
gets better every month. And
exactly.
and
You just keep that and just throw in the odd bits of euros here and there whenever you can afford a little bit. Throw a bit more in.
yeah, and I try to tell the people, my friends, and so on, because of course I want them also that they also profit from this.
Well, yeah.
That's the reason why I tell people. I don't make a secret of it at all. I tell them everything I know about it because it has nothing to do with um, if somebody else does it, then it's bad for you. No, exactly the opposite is the case. The more people are doing it, of course, the more rare this thing becomes.
Indeed, yeah. Because there's a finite amount, isn't there?
Yeah, and the big companies, of course, are buying or buying bitcoins in big with big money,
Well, yeah.
buying
Of course they are.
thousands, thousands, and so on. But the thing is, the small people should do that, not with thousands, just a little bit
Yeah,
for
what you
themselves.
can afford, yeah.
And the small people, and they shouldn't be angry that big companies are buying into it
Well, you shouldn't be
because
angry
it,
because a big company is going to be a big company. That's what they do. So you shouldn't
yeah,
be
and
shocked or
also,
surprised when some big company buys X amount of fucking money's worth or whatever. Because
yeah,
that's what big
but the
companies
thing
do.
is,
They're
the
looking for
thing,
probably short
uh,
term profit in today's world.
yeah, the thing is when a company like MicroStrategy, or now it's just called Strategy, has now 600,000 bitcoins, uh, and this is what they do. They buy bitcoins, and they give. Yeah, I can't explain their model in English. I could explain it in German, but in English it's too hard for me to explain because their words. What's the paper is called that a company that when you have a part of the company
Oh, like
they give out.
shares and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So strategy, for example, uh, buys Bitcoin and gives out shares, and these shares that they give out are bought by companies that are not allowed to buy Bitcoin themselves.
Ah, yeah, yeah. It's called a backdoor, yeah.
Yeah, because their laws prohibiting, or what you
Yeah,
call it,
yeah, yeah. Prohibiting, yeah.
no, normal companies to invest to buy Bitcoin directly. But they are allowed to buy shares
Yeah.
from a company.
There you go, see. There's always a
And
way
and
around it for
that's
these rich bastards.
yeah. And that's, for example, the strategy of strategy. That is their model. And people should be glad that these big companies are doing that. Because when you think about it, 5 years ago, there was there were already still talking about that Bitcoin goes to zero and it's going to be forbidden. They're going to ban it and things like that.
That'll never
But
happen.
now, yeah, but now with this, how it goes now, that the big companies are buying into it and so on, gives it a legitimacy, and also it
Yeah.
fastens the process. That's, by the way, the reason why the price is going up so much,
Well, of course
because
it
of
is, yeah.
these big
Supply
big
supply and
companies.
demand.
Yeah, because of these companies, and so people shouldn't be angry about that, saying, "Ah, Bitcoin is for the small people. It's not supposed to be for the rich people." No, this is stupid because it doesn't matter if somebody has 1 million of them. It doesn't make your Bitcoin less worth or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that.
It's still worth whatever it's worth. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's the opposite is the case even. The opposite is the case
Well,
because
no, it's
because
still
somebody
worth whatever it's worth, even if that worth has increased in 6 months, say. You know what I mean? It's still worth what it's
yeah
worth. It's never going to
yeah
lose value, is what I'm trying to say.
yeah, and that's the beauty, and I'm glad that these big companies come in because there's also another thing with that because these big companies, of course, sometimes when they release their Bitcoin, the the price goes down, and that's perfect for small people to buy in.
Yeah, yeah.
And so
Of course, yeah.
and but the
Strike
thing is,
while the iron is hot, as they say.
yeah, and now I'm going to explain you something that people have just they don't think about that. Sometimes the argument comes, yeah, but whenever these companies have thousands of Bitcoin or whatever, they can control the market or manipulate the market.
No, they can't, though, can they?
Yeah, no, just they can, but they just can do it one time. Because when they try to sell their, for example, 50,000 or 100,000 Bitcoins, whatever,
Right.
they sell it, and okay, then the price goes a little bit down, but then that's it. Because they can't do it a second time. And so they normally don't do that. Because when they try to manipulate the market, they can just do it one time, and then the price goes maybe a little bit down, but maybe even not even that, because the market is so big now that when he sold here, for example, here in Germany, last year, the government got hands on 50,000 Bitcoin from a pirate's site, if you can remember. Yes, from a pirate site. And these 50,000 Bitcoin, they just sold. They just sold into the market, and the price went a little bit down, but just a little bit, really. We are not talking about huge drop or something like that,
Yeah, yeah.
because it was kind of
An
nothing for the market.
insignificant amount. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it. And now they don't have this Bitcoin anymore, and the price went up double since then.
There you go, see?
If they would have held them, but the thing is, this kind of manipulation of the market, as you see, didn't do shit, and they could do it just one time.
Well, yeah, because once they got rid of it, it's gone. That's it. They can't
And
get it back. Yeah.
and and the problem with most people, they are just too stupid to see more in the future, into the future, what is going on, than maybe the next week or the next year or something like that. Because you have to see this thing in long terms, and I mean really long terms,
Yeah, yeah, of
which
course, yeah.
means which means
You've got to be in it for the long
every
game, yeah. Of course you have.
every company every company that has huge amount of Bitcoin, they can try to manipulate the market maybe one time. But the beauty is the market gets every second bigger, and so trying to manipulate it would need every second a bigger amount of
Yeah, yeah. Of
Bitcoins.
course it would, yeah.
Yeah, which is just not there.
Indeed.
And so they could try one time to sell their Bitcoin to push the price down for market manipulation. But if they are not lucky, it doesn't go down as much as they think it would, and then they can't sell it cheap back or something like that, like
Yeah.
with and they just have lost all their Bitcoin. And that's why it doesn't matter how
yeah.
many of these of the Bitcoin these big companies
Well,
buy.
the matter of the fact is, it doesn't matter because your personal investment will never lose.
Yeah, and in the future, it's more likely that they lose their Bitcoin by trying to manipulate the market, or when something happens and they need it, they need to give it to the market. That's more likely than that they can do market manipulation with their amount. Because as I told you, because there are too many people now involved in it worldwide.
Indeed.
That's and in the I see in the future that these big companies with who have many bitcoins, that they are coming to the people sooner or later, and which is more likely than one company having them all or something like that.
Yeah.
So so much little Bitcoin exclusion here.
No, it's all good, dude. I like to be informed and an update on how you are doing with the whole thing. You know, it's all good.
Yeah, but Jess, if I really get rich with that, then I of course have to search for rich friends that can keep up with me. So I thought maybe some oil tycoons here. I have already some contacts here in Texas.
I have extravagant tastes, but unfortunately, I do not have the money to back these tastes up.
Yeah, yeah. I just know they have something to do with oil. These Texans I know.
Well,
And so
well,
this is then
that's gonna run out one day. That's why they've been invading the Middle East since the fucking 50s.
I guess some oil millionaires or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but as I said, I would really like when my friends also profit from that.
Yeah. Why not? I
Yeah,
mean, I'm the type of guy who doesn't do long-term plans. See, because I treat every day as though it may be your last.
yeah, but I wouldn't say 4 years is really long term,
Yeah,
or would
dude,
you say that?
I could go bed tonight and have an heart attack. These things happen. Just out the blue. A friend recently died. Just out the blue, just had a heart attack and died. And she was a dear friend. And it just came from nowhere. Bang, heart attack, dead.
Yeah, yeah. So what? The thing is, I don't want in 4 years to be at the same place as I am now,
Well,
because
dude,
I
there's
never
nothing wrong with it.
thought
Dude,
that.
if you can see that, you know what I mean? If you're one of them people who, like, yeah, plan things out for the future, which you clearly are, fair play to you, sir. I tip my hat.
Yes, I,
But I'm just not one of
I,
these guys who plans for the future.
yes, as you know, back then I even tried to kill myself because I didn't see a future. I didn't want to get old. If somebody would have told me that I get over 50, I would told him he's crazy.
Dude, same
Okay?
here. Especially with my lifestyle. Fucking hell. Every
Yeah,
day I wake up as like, holy shit, I'm still here.
and the thing is, there
Especially
has to
my
come
older days when I was younger. Fucking hell.
just there has to come a time. There has to come the time where you don't just say, "Oh, probably in 2 years I'm dead anyway, or in 5 years, or whatever." This is stupid. This is just stupid. Because I can tell you,
No,
in 5 years,
just don't plan for things because sometimes
we are,
unforeseen circumstances just happen. The
yes,
world's a random place.
I can tell you, in 4 years, we are going to talk exactly like we are talking
Yes,
today.
oh,
That we all,
definitely. 99.9.9.9.9% chance that we definitely will be. Yes, no doubt about it.
yes, yes. And if I would really like that my friends would take really advantage of this thing. That's all.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that, mate. Go for it.
Yeah. And that's why I'm telling it here openly and also to everybody. Everybody
Indeed.
who is interested. And I'm not saying listen to me. I'm saying listen to it.
No, dude.
Make yourself go. There are informations about this thing. They're very good. I have even watched some videos from Texas, from
Yeah.
people who are into that and talking about it and things like that. So there are informations on English. I get all my information on German,
Of course
thankfully,
you do.
because the guy, as I said, turned out to be a German who comes even from a place, Münster. It's called.
Yes,
It's near here.
I'm familiar with this. Why are you
Yeah,
are you near fucking Munster, as I
yeah,
call it?
50 kilometers, something like that.
Ah, that's not that bad then. 30 or so miles. Yeah, that's not that bad.
Yeah, this guy is so
Every
popular
50
here in,
kilometres.
in
Is that about
this.
36 miles? Is it 38? I don't know. It's not far
Uh,
then.
my luck is that I stumbled over this guy who is really he is very popular here in Germany as that he even he was on TV a few times to talk about that. But I didn't, as I don't watch TV, I didn't get that, of course.
Well, the thing is,
But
being popular in Germany doesn't really count for much, though, dude. In terms of
no,
jokes, obviously,
yeah,
because David Hasselhoff was popular. I'm not explaining my jokes.
yeah, but he knows exactly what he's talking about, and I think many people are referring to him also, uh, and uh, and I watched many to this subject matter, many, 2 weeks in a row, day and night. Watched everything about it to make myself
Well,
familiar with it.
nobody said
And
you
this,
weren't thorough on anything good, basically anything.
no,
See,
but the thing
this is all
is,
part of your charming programming.
no, but the thing is, I made the same research which I put into my projects. For me, this was just another project which
Well,
I
yeah,
put.
I'm sure if you could file it away as that, it's easier to comprehend. Yeah.
Yeah, this time was really just the first time where I did something for me that I profit from.
And you should do more
Because
things for you, Cub. Instead of making fucking. I'm sick of telling you. Stop making videos about bullshit Hollywood movies. Make a video about things you like. Be different from all the other miserable cunts on YouTube.
yeah, yeah. But as I said, I used
Because
my
none of them bastards
research.
will make a video on things they like. Because all the hatred sells and clicks and money, and you've all been swindled.
Yeah, there was something in the UK. Yes, the UK.
I try
They
to pay no attention to it.
The UK has announced that they want to sell their 60,000 Bitcoin.
Well, it doesn't involve me, so I don't personally give a shit what they do with 60,000 bitcoins. I don't care.
Yeah, and I think they got them also like the Germans from illegal tweet
Probably.
rates or something like that.
I
And
wouldn't be
now they want,
surprised in the slightest. I'll be back in a moment.
yeah. And now, since the UK government is as stupid as the German one, they now have announced that they want to sell them, which is just stupid. But I'm cool with that. I'm glad. Since the European governments, they seem all to be very stupid. And yeah, they want to get because this is an investment for the future, and it would be for the people, and so it's clear that the European governments are not going to do something like that because they don't want anything positive for the people. They want just a fast buck for themselves. So of course it makes sense that the actual government in the UK says, yeah, let's sell these Bitcoin because fuck the people. Then we have some cash right now for us. Yeah, cool, sure, a few billions or whatever.
Billions.
And no, but yes, it makes total sense that the UK is doing that, the government, and like the German government.
Yeah,
That they want the
because
fast.
one higher power somewhere has told them to do it. It's no
Yeah,
coincidence
because
that Germany does it and now the UK is doing the same thing.
no,
That's not a
just
coincidence, is it?
yes, you have to think about it. This is an investment for the future for the people, because it would stabilize the pound and in German case the euro, and it would is in the long term it's good for the country, good for the people. So it makes sense to get fast rid of them and make a fast buck, because
Oh,
the
yeah.
government is
That's
not
what it's
there
all about.
to stay for eternity. These people are just a few years in their positions, and they want a fast buck now in this moment.
Yeah,
In their
everything's about
period.
short-term profit.
Yeah.
That's why
And so
everything's gone down the fucking river. No healthcare, no nothing, no fucking support. Nobody gives a fuck anymore. Nobody does the job
yeah,
seriously. Everybody's in and out to make a quick fucking few dollars and off they go. And
yeah.
meanwhile,
So
the poor of the fucking of these nations are left struggling because they don't take it from the rich; they take it from the fucking poor. Oh, you used to be
yeah,
on some service where you used to get help with your disability. Not anymore. It's the poor people who fucking suffer. It's never the rich. And now the rich, Cub, I've been saying it for years, as you know, the rich are just tightening the grip now. They've had enough of playing with you for the past 40 years. They've had enough of playing now. They're getting old in age and they want the money now. So they're tightening the grip and they're killing the poor and the rich are getting rich. It's always been the case, but never to this scale. It's a
yeah.
fucking joke what's happening to the world. And we're supposed to be
It's
so-called free nations.
yeah, it's getting worse
Get
every
fucked, free
day.
nations. When we
I
had
can
some,
tell
we
you.
had some woman in this country. Regardless of what she said on Twitter, that isn't really the point. The point is, she said something on Twitter, and she went to jail for 6 months because of
Yeah,
something
I
she
know.
said on Twitter.
Yes, I know. I
Albeit
have
she
heard
was
of
a
that.
right-wing fucking lunatic, you know what I mean? But it doesn't matter. It's not what she said is the point. The point is, They're just words. Fucking sticks and stones, people. Fuck me.
Yeah, no, but Jess, it's really, I said that 5 years ago.
Dude,
Even,
I've been
even
watching it
no,
happen. Me and you have been comfortably sitting watching the world burn. We tried to tell these
I,
people what
uh,
was going on.
I said that even in the video 5 years ago in Brave New World. I said this is what is actually happening right now. 1984. We have that already. And I said it
Oh
5 years
yeah,
ago.
yeah, we have, mate. Of course we have. Look at
And, and
the way movies and books are being edited in further publications or further
yeah,
releases.
we
They're
just
already they're
spoke.
already
Uh,
editing your books, for fuck's sake. And if that isn't
yes,
1984, what else is?
we even talked about it today in this live stream. I told you I know what I did last summer. I had to read the new version from the 90s, the updated version, and couldn't read the original version from the 70s. And the same goes also with the Devil's Seed. Can you remember?
All right.
When I talked about
Oh,
Devil's Seed
when
here,
you were saying the updated version, see, I was under the impression, I was obviously wrong, I was under the impression that the same writer just re-released the book with updated things in it.
yes, but it doesn't matter if the same writer is rewriting, is revisioning the things, or
Yeah, yeah.
if the government does it. Because I still would have, if I had the choice, I would have said, no thanks, even if it's the same
Exactly, yeah.
writer.
Read the
I don't
original
care.
text, yeah. The original text, obviously, yeah, of course.
I want the original 70s version
Of course,
from back then.
with probably all of its 70s flair written into it.
And I already talked about that in my Devil's Seed review, if you can remember.
No, you know I can't remember, Cub. I don't know why you
Where
ask me such frivolous questions.
also the same writer, Kuhn or what's his name, Kuhns or I think
Dean
or something like
Koontz?
that.
No.
No, or maybe I get the writer wrong. But the thing is, the same writer, he rewrote his story, and he really rewrote it, and didn't publish the old version
Well, why
anymore,
not? Fucking Stephen
original
King's
version.
been doing that for fucking years, but changing the character names and nobody's noticed.
Yeah, I know, I know, I know. That's why I still not have made a last here Dark Tower review, because he has rewritten his books. Oh my God,
Jesus,
there are
man.
8 of them.
Luke,
Ah,
Stephen King needs call it a day or get back on the drug. One of two options. Either stop
he
writing
sh
or get back on the drugs and write some more.
he should he really should retire. Really, he should
Yeah,
retire
but the thing is,
and
though, dude, it's these type of people, mate. They're just greedy. There's never enough money for these people. Do you know what I mean? These famous types. There's never enough. They're just greedy. They just
yeah,
want
no,
more and more money.
I know, and it shows in the stories. They are so unimaginative, boring
You can only
garbage.
write so many stories about a writer in Maine. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah, and many of them are similar. If you compare Carrie to Firestarter, for example, where there is not when you know the books, there
Yeah,
is
yeah.
not a
Wish
big
I have read
difference
both.
between.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not even a big difference, because what they left out in the movie, the Firestarter movie, are the other powers of Firestarter. Because the fire is not even, it's the lesser power. She has also telekinetic
Yeah, man.
abilities.
She has, yeah. In the book.
And these are her main powers, by the way.
Yeah,
In
indeed. The book's way
and
better. Way, way better
Yeah,
than the
yeah, the book
movie.
is way better, but you have many of these characters. Stephen King, he kind of writes the same stories
Yeah, he
again and
does.
again and
He does.
again,
He's been getting
little
away with it for. He's
variations.
been getting away with it for decades.
Yeah, yeah, and so his newer crap I avoid like
Dude,
the plague.
you know, the last book I read was the Tommy Knockers, and that was the current one at the time. And when was that? 88, 89 ish. And that was
Uh,
the last. That was the last thing
yeah,
I read by King, the Tommy Knockers.
yeah, I think 89, and after
Yeah,
that,
and that was the current one at the time.
yeah, and after that there is just one.
So there you go.
Cut.
I haven't read a Stephen King book for 35, 30, 36 years. There you go.
His last decent book, I would say, is Dark Half. It's here called Stark in Germany, but it's the Dark Half. I would say that's maybe his last decent book. I would say
Is that the one about a writer in Maine?
yes, yes. It's the original. It's it's this original story about the writer in Maine. Yeah, yeah. But I would say after that I couldn't tell you any book that is even remotely interesting.
Like, he's just cashing in on the name. He's just writing fucking 300 pages of any old tosh and just sticking his fucking name on it.
Yeah, if it's just 300 pages, there's partially thousands of pages.
No, but I'm
His
just saying your average novel or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, his Dark Tower series. These are so big books. You have no idea, and
I never read any of them.
there are 8 of them,
Wasn't there a
and
short-lived TV show with Idris Elba, or did I imagine the whole thing?
no, there was a movie with Idris Elba.
Oh, it was a movie, was it? I don't know. I can remember seeing it.
Yeah, but the movie skips the first book. It skips the gunslinger and has is kind of it has story elements from the second, third, and fourth book.
I bet Colin Salmon was really pissed off when Idris Elba came on the scene.
Kind of, but
I'm the
but
British black man who's going to be in everything.
yeah,
And Idris
but it
went, hold me
changes.
beer.
But it changes the story. It changes the story in a big time,
Whatever
and
happened to
also
Colin Salmon?
making the gunslinger black in the books. He is. It's spelled out that he's a white guy,
Yeah, well,
and it plays into the story, by the way. So it this was complete
if the
miscast.
character's defined by being white, if that's
Yes,
part of his defining character, then race swapping, no.
it's part of the.
That's like saying
Uh,
let's cast a white person as Martin Luther King or somebody imaginary who stands up for whatever
yeah,
rights.
it's
If it's
important
defined
for
by
the
the
for the
character,
story.
but
Yeah,
if it
it's
doesn't,
important for
if
the
the character's not
story.
really defined as any race, fucking go ahead. As far as I can see, it can be anybody, as long as
No,
it's
no,
not part of
he
the defining character, what makes up the character. If you understand
no,
what I mean.
it's especially told that he's white, but it's also it plays into the story.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
It
not.
defines the
Yeah, yeah,
character. The character has to be
yeah,
white because of X, because of this, because of this, because of this. He's white.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
and so
saying.
his
If it defines the
yeah,
character. But if it
and
doesn't,
so
fucking race swap ahead. I don't care.
if it doesn't, it wouldn't care. But as
Yeah,
I
but like
said,
you're
it
saying, it
does.
does
And
define the character. It's part of the
yeah,
character being white. So yeah, and
yeah.
that,
So
and I'm
really,
against shit like that. You know what I mean? On either side.
yeah. But it doesn't matter, as I said, because King is had already rewriting or has rewritten his this series, and
No,
now
it's
there
bad.
are there are
How old is
two
that mother?
versions.
How old's that motherfucker now? Jesus Christ, he's got to be getting on a bit. He's
I have
maybe
no idea.
maybe him and Bill Gates have invented an AI Stephen King, and every 6 months he just hits the go button.
How old was he in Creepshow?
He wasn't that old, was he? In Creepshow.
But he was at least 30, or wouldn't you say?
Yeah, probably round about that, I'd say. Maybe. I don't know for definite, Cub. I have no idea. I'm just spitballing, but
Yeah, and now we have 40 years later.
yeah.
So he should be 70 or
He's
something
definitely.
like
Oh,
that.
dude, have you seen recent photographs? He's definitely in his 70s.
Yeah.
Stephen
Yeah,
King.
and which is what is really funny. Some people where I thought they are kind of in retirement because they are that old, over 80. They're still making movies.
Of course they are.
And
Greed has no age, Cub. Greed will always
no,
be number one in their minds.
yeah,
More
and that's
money.
why next week I'm re-releasing my
Another one.
Name of the Rose video,
Oh yeah,
which I made
Sean Connery.
5 years ago.
Was it?
Yeah,
Fucking 5 years
yeah,
ago.
Sean
Fuck
Connery,
me.
but the director Jean-Jacques Annaud, I thought that he made his last project, because his last project was not even a movie; it was just a TV series. It was okay, again, a book adaptation, and it was crap like the book. The book was crap, and the TV series was crap. But that's it. That was 2016 or something like that. And he was already wide into his 70s, 70, 76 or 4 or whatever. And so I thought, okay, this is his last project, probably, because since years, when I made my review, were already 4 years gone since his last project, and there was nothing announced or whatever.
These fuckers keep on
But
taking.
no, with over 80, he crapped out another movie
There you go, see?
in 2022 during
See?
the pandemic.
Life in the old dog yet, as they say. Clint Eastwood's been
Yeah,
dead for 10 years and nobody's told him. Fucking hell.
yeah, and the thing is, this movie is about the fire in Notre Dame.
All right, yeah, the fire of Notre Dame, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, and so he recreated this fire for his movie because the fire was in 2019,
Was
and
it?
he
Fucking
yeah,
hell, see,
and
that only seems like it was yesterday. Doesn't seem
yeah.
fucking 6 years ago.
So he recreated the fire
Must be
in
true what they say. Time
2022
passes, the older you get, the time passes more quickly.
uh,
Maybe there's a
during the
point to it.
pandemic,
Even though
he
time can't
used
pass any quickly or slower than it actually is, it's set to a.
and and he used two other churches for that,
But time seems to pass quicker.
built
Maybe.
uh, has built a replica from Notre Dame, and also he used CGI, and archive material and so on. And it's an action movie, by the way. It's
Oh
not a
fuck me!
documentary or
Oh
something
dude,
like that.
I was involved thinking, yeah, I might see that, and then you said it's an action movie.
And it's god awful, by the way.
It's
Uh,
what language is it in?
uh, I could I could watch a dubbed version. It's probably in France,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
if I could watch a dubbed version, I think there's also an English version available because it has
Well,
also an English
I
title.
wouldn't want an English dub anyway. I'd much prefer original language and subtitles.
Yeah, the French version, if you want to watch the French version with subtitles, good luck with that. I watched I watched the dubbed version,
Oh,
but
no,
I
fuck
had
that. The only dubbed things you should watch are martial arts movies from the 60s and 70s and Godzilla
no,
movies.
but I had
They're the
two
only things
versions.
you should watch dubbed. Everything else, original language. Mind you,
I had
see,
two versions. I had also the original French version if I wanted to watch
well,
that
there
in
would have been
French.
no competition, see. If you love film, you wouldn't have even entertained watching the dub. If you could get it in its
Yeah,
original language with German subtitles.
yeah,
Excellent.
whatever. You should, when you see the movie,
Either
it's a
way,
stupid,
the best way to experience it is in your case would have been original language German
it's
subtitles.
it's a stupid action movie that is just awful. Okay?
Is it as dumb as that Just Visiting thing with Jean Reno and the chick from
No,
fucking Married with
that is not
Children?
that is not based on a real event, but this is based
No, I
on the
mean in
Notre
terms
Dame
of
fire.
dumbness. I
In
don't know why
terms
I
of
thought it was Jean
dumbness,
Reno.
it's not funny. It's not a comedy. It's just a bad action movie.
Does the editing
Because
want to give you a seizure? That's the question. Because nobody
no,
can act out
it,
a scene anymore. They have to do one move, cut, one move, cut, one move, cut, one move, cut.
no,
And as a viewer, it's terribly frustrating because A, the director doesn't know how to shoot action scenes, and B, all these actors are prima donnas who can't handle working for more than 5 seconds at a time. Jesus Christ, what's happened to the industry?
oh,
Fuck, it makes me weep, dear listener. It makes me weep.
the movie has no main character. It's kind of from the perspective of the fireman, but also from other people. Uh, it doesn't focus on it. It doesn't has a lead or something like that. Uh, it kind of just shows what was going on during the fire and how it came to the fire. It has its own theory how the fire started. It's the official government narrative, by the way.
Which
What
could
you
be
get
true.
presented there.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, but that could be perfectly true.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, fuck me, dude. Not everything's a conspiracy, dude. Maybe it just happened. Shit happens.
Yeah, and Macron himself is part of the movie.
Well,
The
it's
president of
either French
France.
hombre at the time.
No, he appears there in the movie as a character.
Well, of course, yeah, because it's based around a real event. Of course they would. It's only like having
Eh,
Nixon in a movie based in the 70s and 60s and 70s, isn't it? 70s.
Yeah, but it's like you have Nixon in the movie, and Nixon himself plays himself.
Oh, the actual guy himself is playing himself. Right,
Yeah,
okay. Right, I'm with you.
Macron himself is a character in the movie.
Oh, well. Jesus Christ. Or was
So
this
you can't.
or was this just like archival footage what was used?
It's also archival footage, but he's also a character.
Yeah, and it's himself and he's acting, reading script.
Looks like that.
I would have to see. Because for use
No,
for
because
archival footage,
you
fair
can't.
enough.
Yeah, but Jess, you can't separate with these actors who play politicians if when they play in a movie. You can't tell if they are acting or if they are really as politicians there or whatever
Yeah, well,
because
the
they're
real
actors.
the real person rarely appears in fucking movies, dude. Very fucking rare.
I know, and he sucks, and the movie sucks, and it's just awful. As
Well,
I said,
if it's the real guy, let's face it, man. Acting is not his number one job, is it?
no, you can say that he acts because he's even worse as an actor in the movie than he's in real life.
Oh, dude, it doesn't. I'll have to see the footage and see how it's used, and see if they've
Yeah,
got this guy being a puppet and acting and reading out lines. I'll have to see. I'll have to see the thing.
yeah. I can tell you this Jean-Jacques Arnaud, he is now over 80, I think 82 or 84 or whatever.
Yeah,
And
well.
I think he's just going along with the system, with the regime. And
No,
this is just
dude, he's realised he's 84 and he wants one last cash grab. That's what it fucking is, mate.
yeah, or they have I don't it's
Dude,
these
show
are
business. It's a business. Everything's all about money. Every decision,
yeah,
every actor, everything involved in every movie is all about money. Every decision. Everyone.
because that his time is over, you could already see 10 years ago with his stupid TV series, which is just awful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because somebody wrote him a fucking check to make it, and he went, "Yep, no
Yeah.
fucking
And
problemo."
and I thought back then, okay, he's over 70. This is his last project. It's just a TV series because he normally doesn't do that. He normally makes just movies. This was the only TV series he made, and it was his last project. Kind of, I thought, okay, it sucks, but it's his last project, so who cares? And now you have this god awful TV movie which is supposed to be a cinema release, but it looks like a TV movie completely. And
It
which,
probably doesn't, but whatever.
yeah, but the thing is also, it didn't make any money because it was just released, I think, in 2 countries,
Well,
even
there you go. It's not
with
going to make any
enormous,
fucking money then, is it?
yeah, but even with enormous costs of 30 million euro, which is which is very high for a French movie. 30 million euro, this is a big budget.
Not really, dude.
For a TV movie, yeah. Because as I said, it looks like a TV movie. You have also CGI in it, typical TV CGI, and the acting is, I don't know.
I would have to see it.
It's also it it in all the promotion it promotes the man and woman that saved Notre Dame.
Yeah,
And
well, it, uh,
and
well,
at
I
the
don't know.
promotion in every language, the promotion always goes women and man and women and men, blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
And
so
and
what?
but the movie, when you see the movie, you see women firemen,
Which
female
there are
firemen.
nowadays. There is women firemen and have been for nearly 20 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you just see them in the beginning. You just see them when they dress here, when they put the fireman dress on, and when they drive
Well,
through
yeah.
the fire. But you,
That's in every movie involving the fire department. You see him slide down the pole or the equivalent of putting all the gear on
yeah,
and firing off in the truck with the
yes,
alarm going.
yes.
That's just a modern
But
trope.
that's it. All the action, all the work against the fire, they are just men, and you don't see any woman from the woman that arrived.
What a lazy cow.
No, no, I'm not joking. You only see and because when I made myself familiar with the project, I did because I have overlooked this movie. I thought, huh, how could this come out from Jean-Jacques Arnaud? And I didn't recognize that.
In all
And
fairness,
so
though, dude, you do struggle between the difference between men and women in cinema.
yeah, but the thing is, when I made myself familiar with the project, I thought, oh, okay, this movie seems to be about equality, or how
Oh,
you call
shut
that.
up.
No, how what you call? No, because every time they were constantly man and woman, women and man, and you
Yeah,
wrote that the
because
whole time.
that's
And
because that's how people work. You don't understand it because you're a fucking android and don't know how people work.
yeah,
Hang on, I'm
whatever.
not
And then
defending it though. If these two people are written poorly and it seems like a soap opera other than a fucking movie, then that's just bad writing.
yeah,
It
as I
depends
said,
on the writing.
as I said, and I expected. So when I watched the movie, I expected. Oh, okay. Now as we see a female fireman and normal fireman working together, trying to get this fire out or whatever. But then I was so surprised. You just saw the first scenes. The women get dressed and they're laughing, blah 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 blah. Fireman whatsoever. The drive there, and that's it.
Well,
You never see the
I'm
women
sure at
again.
least one
Kind
of
of,
them was probably in the scene.
yeah. You kind of don't see them again anymore, and I thought,
You
ah,
wouldn't
okay,
notice if they did.
yeah, yeah. Watch it for yourself. So boring crap.
Oh, whatever. That sounds like they've actually got character building, world building, and character development. Because I know how much you hate that. You just want the tiny explosions.
No, there is zero character. There are no characters. There is no lead. There is nothing.
Dude, if it's
There
a
is
modern movie, I do not doubt you, sir. Because regardless of the country of origin, modern movies still suck in every language.
no. As I said, this
For
movie
the
has
most part,
no
anyway. Fucking hell, have you seen
has
some of the stuff coming out of China lately? Jesus Christ, it's a
yeah, but
crying
as I
shame.
said, yes, this movie has no character, no story, kind of like the usual that you have somebody you are following or something like that. You follow many persons, and there's zero character development for any of them. They are just there.
This is modern movies for you. They're just there, and then this happens, and oh, fuck me. This is what
Yeah,
happens when
yeah,
you dumb down the public. God, modern
yeah,
movies
and
suck.
yeah, and really, this kind of movie from somebody like Jean-Jacques Arnaud. And it's really sad when you see this is the guy who made Quest for Fire, and in the name of the rose and the bear. Uh, he made really classics. Then you see this garbage. Yeah, so it's kind of sad. I was not glad to see that movie. I had to include it into my retrospective. That's all. I thought, oh my God, it's so bad.
All the greats who are alive today, though, Cub, they're well past their sell-by date, you know what I mean? They've gone off the boil, they're just simmering along now, waiting for the next Netflix paycheck.
Yeah, they should pass a law that people over 70 or 80 or whatever aren't allowed to destroy their legacy or something like that.
I thought that. You know what I mean? It's just I just don't like the way the movie industry is nowadays. When streaming companies and billionaires are basically the new studios, and it's like Jesus,
Yeah,
whatever happened
look,
to the days when these studios meant something? I know I'm talking the golden age, fucking 70, 80 years ago, but these studios meant something. A Paramount movie meant something. A 20th Century Fox movie meant something. An
yeah,
MGM
uh,
movie meant something. What's MGM now?
yeah,
Owned by Jeff
uh,
Bezos.
yeah. Or
Fucking.
A Ridley Scott movie meant something. Can you remember this good old times?
Oh, I remember it well. Unfortunately, that was a
Yeah.
long
Oh,
time ago.
long time ago.
Oh, Ridley.
But now
Poor old Ridley Scott.
yeah, yeah, but now a Ridley Scott movie also again means something. It means complete garbage. Complete
I just don't
garbage.
bother. I just don't bother. I know these people are shadows of the former selves, and they're just doing it because, look, I don't blame them at all. If people are gonna throw a few million at you for making a movie, and you know, fuck it, let's do it. Fuck it, man, it's a cash grab. I don't blame
Uh,
these people who are old now and that. Fuck it, man, just give me the check. Fuck it. Why not?
is if somebody now
But
after
the thing
Gladi
is, though,
uh,
it goes back to the greed thing. How much money do you
yeah,
actually want?
yeah, but if somebody now after Gladiator 2 tells me something about Ridley Scott, the big great director, I just tell him to shut up.
He went off the boil a
Because
long time ago.
but really, Gladiator 2 is a joke. We made fun about that back then. Can you remember? Gladiator is already a god awful movie. It's already a god awful movie, and to make a part two of
Dude, to
that
be fair,
is a joke.
Gladiator is not a terrible, unwatchable movie. It's a movie by a director who used to be good, and that's when the cracks appeared, and you were like, really, Ridley, is this the best you've got now? Do you understand what I mean? That's
Yeah,
when the
yeah.
cracks appeared.
Didn't the crack already appear with Hannibal?
I didn't mind it, to be fair, but it was an unnecessary movie. I thought we didn't really need it. That was just like, right, let's cash in on the story. Who can we get directed? Ridley Scott still, yeah, he'll do it. I don't know, 100,000 cheaper than the next guy they actually wanted, because it's all about money. It's all about
If
who'll do it the
somebody
cheapest.
uh, if somebody would have told me back then, I had to guess which Scott made Hannibal. I would put all my money on Tony Scott. I would never have thought Ridley Scott had made Hannibal back then, because it
No,
was
no,
such
no.
it,
It's
it
if
was
Tony Scott
such
had
a
made it, it would have had a quicker pace for a start. You clearly don't know the difference between the
yeah. Tony
brothers.
Scott. If Tony Scott would have made it, it would have been better probably because
It certainly would have had
it
a
was
quicker pace because Tony Scott was a glorified TV director.
yeah. But Hannibal, what I didn't like with Hannibal was mostly the technical aspects, because it was shot like from a film student. It looked like that. It didn't. It was a whole bunch of shake cam
Yeah, but that was the in thing at the time, and I hated it when all movies were
yeah,
doing this shit. It really pissed me
and
off.
blurry, and what really pissed me
Yeah,
off was
yeah.
the blurry picture. Blurry picture. This is so
It's,
unworthy for a real
dude,
director.
Yeah,
Really,
but it was just following the trends, dude. So many movies were doing it. You know how it is in Hollywood. If some movie does something and it hits the big time, whatever said movie may be, everybody tries to copy it. And that's
I felt right out betrayed when I watched back then Hannibal in the cinema. I thought this is a joke. This is supposed to be a cinema movie, and it looks so bad with
no,
this
that's
shaky cam,
no.
blurry
I
picture.
thought the overuse of shaky cam
Oh
was
my
definitely there,
God!
but
Oh,
it still looked cinematic for the most part.
uh, no,
It did, yeah.
sorry.
But
There were
it wasn't a good
there
movie.
were there were a few beautiful shots, uh,
Yeah, there
but
were.
just when
There
the camera,
definitely were.
but but just when the camera stands still.
Yeah, and
But
like I just said,
but
apart from like all the fucking shaky cam and all that shit, because they were just following, he
yeah,
was just following trends instead of being a
and
guy that
yeah,
made them.
and the action scenes, all of them were complete garbage.
Yeah, see, it was suffering of the quick editing, wasn't it? See, also another product of its time, the quick fucking vomit-inducing editing style. Oh
Yeah,
Jesus!
and Anthony Hopkins, he was just there for a paycheck.
Of course he
You could
was. Of
clearly,
course he
you
was,
could
mate.
clearly get that. It was just,
No, fucking no doubt about it. Of course he was there for the paycheck. Everything he's been in since Silence of the Lambs has been for the paycheck. He'll keep
yeah.
dining out on that fucking Hannibal the Cannibal as long as he fucking can, he will. If they asked him tomorrow, go, Mr. Hopkins, Netflix series, Hannibal, the early years. Yeah, put some CGI on it, it'll look great. Well, it's going to have to be CGI, isn't
Yeah,
it?
who knows?
Oh, no, these people, these actors, they've got no integrity. They never have. This is why I don't understand people who care what Hollywood people say, because it's meaningless. These
Yeah,
people,
the last actors with integrity are clearly Patrick Stewart and Harrison Ford.
there's never been, no, these people have never had it. No Hollywood star has ever had any integrity.
Uh, I,
Ever.
it, it,
Since the medium began in the fucking 1899s or whatever the fuck.
have you seen Harrison Ford as Red Hulk?
I have, yeah.
Do you think he had any idea what was going on in that movie
Not a chance, mate.
when he was on set?
Dude, I watched the show he's in called Shrinking, which he's had 2 seasons, and I'm convinced he doesn't know what the fuck's going on in that show. I think he just turns up, mumbles for 25 minutes, and leaves.
Hey,
You're my son.
hey, do you think he's going to return as Indiana Jones?
Oh God, let's hope not. Dude, Luke, I'm telling.
I would laugh my ass off.
Right, dude, he will. He will return. But as a young Indiana Jones. All CGI. Because I can guarantee you now, he's sold his face to Disney for like, I don't know, $100 million. Because they've all done
Yeah,
it, didn't they? Carrie Fisher did it, Mark Hamill's done it. They've all done it. They've all sold
did
their face to Disney for 100 million to use as you will. Like James Earl Jones's
yeah,
family got paid X amount of money to use his voice as Darth Vader. Because all that shitty Obi-Wan fucking show, that wasn't James Earl Jones. That was AI James Earl Jones. That was
yeah,
AI
which
Darth
sucks.
Vader. Every line in that Obi-Wan show.
Yeah, which just sucks.
It was fucking garbage anyway. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
All them things you used to
Yeah.
love, they're fucking dead, Jim. Because modern writers have got their hands on it, and modern audiences are all dumb as fuck, so they love this shit, and we're trapped in a
Yeah.
world where story and character and any semblance of good direction and screenwriting, no, them days have gone, unfortunately. We're just left with Instagrammers making movies. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I think in the future I'm making more of these old movie series,
Proper film.
like the Frankenstein one and the Jekyll and Hyde one and things like that. And this I go
Shit, we've been
really
going
more.
ages again.
Hmm?
I've just noticed the time we've gone over fucking time again.
Yeah, but who cares? No, as I said, I'm probably going to focus more on these old properties, and because this new crap is so boring, uninteresting.
Just make a
AI
video.
slop,
Pub, just make a video about stuff you like. Fucking hell.
which I'm kind of doing. As I said,
Stop jumping on the bandwagon. Fucking.
not doing that at all.
You do that. You've always done that. Whenever there's a new fucking version of a film, you re-release an old one, or you make a video about fucking whatever current fucking Hollywood bullshit movies coming out. You always jump on the bandwagon. That's your brand. That's your style.
No, that's true. I only made the Final Destination one.
Because the Final Destination movie come out. You only regurgitated the fucking I Know What I Did Last Summer because the Know What I Did Last Summer movie come out. That you've always followed a trend of Hollywood bullshit. Whenever there's a new version, you'll rehash an old video.
Yeah, but wait a
Always.
second. But this was first time. I didn't make a. This is a new video today. This was a new video. That's my first time. I made a. I Know What You Did Last Summer thing.
Yeah, but it's cashing in regardless. Then it's still cashing in on a movie that's in the cinema. You've always done it, and there's nothing wrong with that, Cub. I'm not shaming you in any way. Because at one
But it
time
has a
that used to be how to get into the algorithm, but did it
no.
really?
Yes,
No, but it
yes.
didn't
I had
really
to.
because nobody knows what the algorithm thing is.
No, no. The thing is, I Know What We Did Last Summer. I had to do a video on that because I made a video on Scream, and
Yeah, but you didn't
this
have to, did you? You make the
this
rules. You are the
no,
you
the
are the
Scream
ruler in
one.
your own kingdom.
No, the Scream one I had to do because I made a video on Wes Graham.
Yeah, jeez, I tell you what, any excuse.
No, no, and by the way, this
It's
is
just
the same
excuses
hack.
for you to be locked in a
No,
fucking room making
no,
videos.
no. The same hack who wrote the so-called screenplay for Scream wrote also the screenplay for I Know What You Did Last Summer. It's a complete fraud, a complete hack.
Well, yeah.
Who constantly he's a one-trick pony, and so I had to make a review on that to expose this guy, this Kevin Williams, because he still people still think he's a talented screenwriter or something like that, because he constantly makes the same garbage again and again.
Yeah, dude, if it works, you know what I mean? And the audience are too dumb
Yeah.
to notice you've been sold the same fucking film over and over again. Fuck them.
Yeah, but these new things are just a few in between. Most of my stuff this year was old stuff.
Dude, you've always chased fucking trends, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it
Hey,
whatsoever.
That's just not true. I
It
made
is
a
true.
whole
Fuck
series.
off, dude. Anybody who's watched your videos for
No,
any length of
no.
time,
This year I made a whole series on Dracula, on Frankenstein, on Phantom of the Opera,
which you've
on
also mentioned in other videos.
Dorian Gray, and so on. I went really deep into the old stuff this year with my reviews, and the new stuff is really just a few
Yeah,
part in
but
between.
you've sort of mentioned all the Mummy and Dracula stuff before.
What do you mean? I mentioned that.
Well, done
I
it
don't know
before.
what
I
you
can't
mean.
remember, dude. It's been a while. I can't keep up with
No,
your videos,
no. I had
especially
all
when I've seen them 4 times.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5 Dracula reviews I made this year are all original. My Dracula series are all original.
So why am
5
I
movies.
getting deja vu moments of seeing Abbott and Costello versus the Dracula clip?
Because I used Abbott and Costello versus the Mummy
Yeah.
in the Mummy review.
Oh,
And
it doesn't
Abbott
matter
and
anyway.
Costello movies, they're all the same, as you
Yeah,
know.
it doesn't matter. I love them movies. Doesn't matter.
And by Frankenstein series, I made 4 reviews on that, released 4 reviews on that, and 2 reviews are still to come on that. After next week, Name of the Rose, after that, the 2 Frankenstein reviews come uh, come out. The missing ones, because it's a 6-part series.
I swear we've had a conversation about Name of the Rose before, you know. I swear we have. Many years
Name of
ago.
the Rose is a review from 2020.
There you go, see? Because I can remember saying that I don't care for the movie, and you were trying to convince me how good it was.
Yeah, and the thing is,
See, I can remember that conversation.
Jean-Jacques Annaud, because the Name of the Rose is a retrospective on the director Jean-Jacques Annaud. And he, as I told you, he just released a new movie in
Yeah,
2022, which went completely under the radar for me. And I just discovered
Well,
it
that's
and
only
thought,
because you
oh,
watch mainstream movies, dude.
yeah, but maybe because I thought with 82 he goes in retirement and doesn't
Well,
make
yeah,
another movie.
as you would think, yeah, men of that age, yeah, and most of them
Yeah.
certainly should.
Yeah, and when you see his movies, his last works, you would say, yeah, go retire. It's worse than Ridley Scott. So
Whew, that's a fucking low bar.
that's a really low bar, yeah, really. So it's
Jesus.
sad to see that.
Yeah, Ridley retire. Fucking hell, just stop.
Yeah, and you will laugh when I tell you. Do you know who also is with his 80 years whatever crapping out? Crap,
They're all
Chuck
old.
Russell.
They're all fucking old, dude. All these fuckers are old now.
Yeah, Chuck Russell has also made 2. He has even made 2 video movies
Well,
since last time I made my retrospective on him.
Jesus.
And that's
So does that mean we're gonna get a reissue?
yeah, we get a reissue
Oh fuck me.
from my Chuck Russell retrospective, but we get also a brand new review on a new property because he made the remake of Witchboard, which comes out this next month.
Fuck knows. I don't know, dude. I'll be back in a moment.
Can't you remember Witchboard? The stupid movie from the 80s? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, as I said. So Chuck Russell is back. and oh my God, he's also one of these directors that, with old age, are completely destroying their own legacy, pulverizing it. His new stuff is so bad. It's unbelievable. You won't believe that this is the same director who made classics like The Blob or Nightmare 3. And yeah, it's really heartbreaking when you see what became of these guys. They seem to need money or something like that.
Greed. They don't need the money. They just want more of it.
No, but Jess, can't you remember the horror movie from the 80s, Witchboard?
Witchboard. I can remember the Witchcraft series.
No, Witchboard. It was just, it was not, it was not a real hit. It was
Yeah, but dude, if it was an 80s horror,
small.
the chances are I fucking rented it. And the chances,
Yeah.
I even saw it on the cinema if it had a cinema release. God,
It
I
was
used
really
to watch some crap.
nothing super special. It
Yeah,
got
well,
two
most things were
two
into the
follow.
80s.
It got two direct to video follow-ups, kind of. The first Witchboard was a cheap success. It was not a hit or something like that.
Looked like it had the fucking goblin-y things from the ghoulies and shit in.
No, it's about a witchboard. It's about here. Jess. It's the most famous movie which includes a witchboard. Can't you remember? There was a movie where witchboard played a important part in it.
The only thing I
From
can
19
fucking... Yeah, but everybody had a Ouija
from
board in the movies after The Exorcist, didn't they?
No, not every movie. This witchboard movie, for me, I
Yeah,
can remember it was kind
what
of.
do you mean by when you say which board? Do you mean like the Ouija board, A, B, C, D, yes, no?
Yes,
Yeah, Ouija.
and this
Yeah,
movie,
yeah.
this movie had that. That was the main plot of the
That
movie.
was in fucking loads of movies since The Exorcist. Every other horror movie had one in. You're gonna have to narrow that shit down. There was fucking loads of them.
Yeah, but this thing, as I said, this thing was named after the witchboard, and this is the name
It's
of the
called a
movie. It's
Ouija
called
board,
Witchboard.
dude. A Ouija board. That's what it's called.
Yeah, but the movie is called Witchboard. And
Why would it be called that?
I can remember that this movie kind of, for me, it was kind of the first one that was.
Right. If anybody knows what he's talking about, please let me fucking know. Because the chances are this title might be completely different from what I know the movie as.
Yeah. Yeah, so this movie was, it was not a big hit or something like that. I know it by coincidence. I have rented it back then.
Exactly, it sounds like an 80s rental. Sort of shit I would have rented out in the 80s.
Yeah, it had two follow-ups, but which I haven't seen because I wasn't interested and they looked cheap. And Witchboard. And
this
now,
is what I'm saying, dude. I can't remember the movie called Witchboard.
Yeah, and now Chuck Russell.
Fucking Raymondo! Hey up, brother. How's it going, Ray?
Has made a remake of this 80s movie.
Oh.
Which comes out this month, in 2 weeks, to be precise. And I'm making a new review on it. Because that's my Chuck Russell retrospective that I have reviewed everything for him. Yeah, but you're going to see it in my review anyway.
I'm
So
sure I will.
yeah, in 3 weeks or something like that. Good. Okay, I would say let's call it a day. Then I can grab something to eat.
Yes, thank fuck for that as well. Fuck me. Every fucking time. Jesus, look how long we're. An hour and 10 minutes over again, Cub.
Yes, and we haven't even started to talk about Superman or Fantastic Four.
Well, I can't comment because I haven't seen the fucking movies.
Yeah, you can consider yourself lucky because
No,
they're
fuck that.
pretty garbage.
By all accounts, Superman is great, and Fantastic Four is just meh. Apparently.
No, they both suck
Oh,
balls.
I'm not going to take your word for it, you fucking internet-driven, mind-controlled fuckwit.
All four movies are god awful.
Well,
Jurassic
of
Park,
course they are, dude. They're
Superman,
modern movies. I'm not expecting the
Fantastic
fucking Royal
Four,
Shakespeare Company.
and
Fucking hell.
and I know what you did last summer. All four of them suck. They are just awful.
Of
I had to
course they
sit
are.
through all
They're
four of
modern
them.
fucking movies. Of course they suck. Right, so good night from me.
Yeah, good night. See you next time.
Bye, folks.